Good day, YouTube, and welcome to another Beard Dweebs United. First and foremost, what's everybody drinking? Let's start with Nicholas.
I am about to crack open this guy. Black Oak 10 Bitter Years.
Greg somewhere has a boner.
Best beer from Missouri, isn't it?
How about yourself, Gisuf?
Heel hops from Anderson Valley?
No, Anderson.
Hey, I have one of those sitting right over there.
Whoa, that shit's showing up in Ontario?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Even has the LCBO certified sticker.
How about you, Joseph?
DJ sent this to me, just sent me a beer mail recently, 3 fresh hop forward beers, and this is from DC Brow. They're On the Wings of Armageddon Double IPA.
Nice, nice.
And it's only like 18 days old. It is fantastic.
And I'm going to assume that Marvin is drinking a Red Stripe.
Probably a Dragon Stout. Come on.
Ooh, Dragon Stout.
No, you're wrong tonight. All wrong. Heineken.
Heineken. Oh.
Another gold standard.
I am going to be drinking, in honor of my hockey team that's going to probably get swept tonight, the Big Rig Black IPA from Big Rig Brewing. So, and Chris Phillips hasn't played in a long time. He went under the knife for back surgery. I'm kind of hoping he doesn't come back next season, but hey, we'll see.
Maybe he can go brew some more awesome Big Rig beer.
Maybe. And I got myself a Super Thistle to drink it in.
Oh my god.
It's a bong.
Oh my god.
It's a bong.
My god.
You know what the best thing was? I found this at the Goodwill for $1.
Nice.
Hey, the glass I'm using I got for free.
Cheers. Alrighty, so what should we talk about first? Oh, you know what? There was a topic that was brought up to us last week by Ethan about Ben & Jerry making a ice cream beer. And Ben & Jerry's is taking heat right now for the ice cream beer because won't somebody think of the children? Oh my god, the children.
Fuck's sake.
So, I didn't know that, ice cream and beer is exactly where you jump to. Even if it was an ice cream flavored beer, I don't think a kid would go, oh, this ice cream cone's so good, let me drink that beer. That's just me.
You can they have rum and raisin already. They have stout ice cream already. So why not beer? I don't see anything wrong with it now.
What
kind of beer?
It's like a salted caramel something or other. Brownie something. Some kind of weird fucking beer.
Like a red?
Seems like Rogue should be making it.
Oh, Rogue probably should be the brewery making it, but do I have a problem with them making it? No. Am I worried my kid is going to drink it and, be drunk walking down the street? No. He was drunk yesterday. No, 2 days ago when he had his general anesthesia. You should have seen that kid try to walk. It was awesome.
It comes down to people are too sensitive and fucking...
You got your kid drunk? Oh my god!
Yeah.
I didn't get him drunk. Some doctor did.
It's the doctor's fault.
I think people should just probably focus on being, I don't know, better parents. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. That might be something to look into. Instead of blaming everything but yourself when they get into whether it's violence in video games or movies or whatever. It's like, man, maybe they shouldn't be watching this R-rated movie when they're 8 years old. Maybe they shouldn't. Why are they doing it? Because you're not doing your job. So, yep, the pussification of America, or I should say, the world at this point. But really, North America is really the focus. Really bad.
Alrighty, what else do we have here that are quick little shootouts? Goose Island IPA is coming to Canada. It's in Ontario already. Some of the beer stores carry it. You can get it on tap at a bunch of different places. So if any of you are intrigued on trying Goose Island IPA, it's here.
Lucky you guys.
They had a 12-pack when I went to the beer store earlier.
Its distribution is being handled by Labatt Breweries.
I think it's more of their. Isn't it more of like an English style IPA? Their base IPA. So you should probably send like an entire case of that to Lee, maybe save some for Paul when he comes up there. They enjoy eating dirt and leaves and stuff.
Why? You could just send them Laker IPA.
I don't think you want to send Laker IPA to anybody.
Oh, actually, Devin's giving us a bottle of Laker IPA so we can review it when everybody's here.
Well, fuck you, Dev. Fuck you.
Alright, still try it. I'll drink anything.
What else do we have in here? We have Hogsback. Hogsback, known for making Hogsback Lager and for making the Apocalypse Now, are launching for their 5th anniversary the Ontario Pale Ale. So what they're basically doing is making another Tank House or Hops and Robbers or Old Tomorrow or just any fucking pale ale made in Ontario is basically what they're doing for their 5th anniversary. Yeah, so am I going to try it? If I get it, I'll try it. Do I care, though? Not at all. Not at all. There's 2 unrelated trestle brewing companies, one that have announced opening up, one in Ontario and one in Nova Scotia. I'm curious if there's going to be a Brock versus Brock Street brawl on this.
Considering they're in the same province, it's probably not, but maybe at some point.
Well, this isn't unknown. There was a lot of times, like Bridge Brewing. There was 2 Bridge Brewings in Ontario. Well, one in Ontario, one in Nova Scotia for a long time. Sorry, Vancouver and St. John's. Sorry. One of them changed to Storm Brewing. The other one's still Bridge Brewing. Then there was another thing. Star Brewing. One is now North Brewing, and one stayed Star Brewing. So it's not unknown that it happens. It's just curious how they're gonna go about it. Moosehead has postponed the layoffs of those, 50 workers that were going to get laid off? 70, 70 workers. They postponed the layoffs, so apparently Guinness is still brewing at the brewery for a while now. They were set to lay off 70 employees, and in the brewing and packaging contracts with an international brewing company was lost. While not named by Moosehead, CBC learned at the time of the announcement that the company was Guinness. That wasn't hard to figure out. CBC could work on you. However, this move has been delayed for undisclosed reasons, and the staff there will therefore be retained until September, and perhaps longer depending on the length of the contract extension. The article also notes that Moosehead was working with the provincial government to provide support programs for those who would be laid off, including re-employment counseling, retraining, financial planning, and job search assistance. So, I mean, that's a good thing on them. They didn't have to do that, so it's great to see that they were doing that for their workers.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are a lively bunch without the King of Beer Tube around, eh?
Yeah.
Fuck Ontario. I didn't say that. I did not say that.
Speaking of Moosehead, did you see the new Hop City beer?
Which one?
Lawn Chair.
That's not new.
Well, it's the first time we've seen it here in New Brunswick, anyway.
Oh, you guys are behind the times by like 4 years.
Shut up.
Isn't that just like a blonde ale or something, or like a wheat beer?
Yeah.
Hefeweizen.
Hefeweizen?
Lawn chair wheat.
Hefeweizen. Weizen. The Germans.
I like me some Hot Pot. I mean, I can't deny it. It's a great beer.
Yeah, that Hot Pot is pretty good.
Hot Pot is an amazing beer. We do talk a lot about Ontario and the AJCO and the LCBO and all that. This was a story shared by the one and only King of Beer Tube. Nova Scotia Liquor Corporation spends $141,000 on extravagant meeting for the weekend. So they went on a weekend trip, the staff, and yeah, $141,000 of taxpayer money later, their meeting was over. Yeah, so not just Ontario, it's not just the U.S., it's not just anyone. All government does it, but I mean, really, why would you have to do that? Why at $141,000? You could have used so much more. So much more. You could have. You don't need to spend more than $30,000 on a weekend for your whole staff. You just rent the fucking hotel. You're done. There you go.
They gotta train them what the difference between Labatt and Molson is. Come on.
Yeah, but blood orgies are really expensive to pull off, you know. You need tarps, you need deer, you need fucking elk, you need like goats.
Elk.
Yeah. El Camino.
El Camino.
You know, this isn't actually a bad black IPA.
That sounds like a ringing endorsement. Guys, your stuff isn't shit. Just letting you know right now, it's not shit.
No, I like the stuff Lauren makes normally. I'm just saying that there's a lot of black IPAs that just are just way too burnt and everything for me. I actually enjoy this one. It's better than Chris Phillips' playing career.
I know Big Rig recently opened their second location here.
Yes, and you know what? Stuff like that is great now with the new law that just came out. The new law that was announced the Thursday, the day after last BDU, all the new changes, grocery store sales, new beer taxes, craft breweries are guaranteed 20% of the shelf space at the beer store. They're guaranteed 20% of shelf space at grocery stores too. However, that does mean that the big guys are guaranteed the other 80%, so it's not helping them all that much. There will be an LCBO online so that you can actually order booze online and get it shipped to your house.
Oh my god.
The LCBO is following Nova Scotia and New Brunswick, and they're going to be bringing in growler sales.
Nice.
Again, the grocery stores aren't going to be tomorrow. It's going to be 2 years from now. The first 150 are going to get their license, and then over the next 5 years after that, the next 300 will get their licenses. So basically, all they're doing is they're giving the exact same amount of grocery stores into the system as the beer stores are in the system. It's kind of a lateral move, and there's a lot of people that are pissed off about it because it didn't make them win right away. You know what? In a province where it's taken us 30 years to get to this, be happy with what you got and keep fighting. Don't just be, because I've seen a lot of brewers go, it's not what we wanted, we don't know what to do now. If you want to change, keep fighting. We've just proven that political pressure can change something, even if it didn't go to the way that we wanted it to go.
Yeah.
But did they say they want to keep the same hours of operation as the beer store or something like that?
Yep, for the alcohol sales.
Are they going to isolate it like those wine stores in the grocery store? Or are they gonna put it
You're supposed to have a different checkout, yes.
Oh, so it's not Quebec style.
No, it's not Quebec style. Do I think that's stupid? Yes, I do, but am I happy that it's moved a little bit? Yes. I'm happy it's moved a little bit.
Two words, baby steps. I mean, that's what it comes down to. You anyone who's like up in arms or very angry or opposing it, it's like, man, just, you know, slow but steady wins the race, and this is the first little thing that's happened. You never know what can happen in the near future or in the future in general. So, like you said, keep on putting pressure on people and see what happens. But you know, anyone who's like, "Oh, this isn't great," it's better than what it was. And
there are other things that came out of this. Small brewers can now share shipping. They never were allowed to do that before. It was illegal. So they can get together. They can all rent a truck together and, say, 7 different breweries put all their beer on that truck and deliver it. So it saves them a lot of money. You also now have a no limit on your second retail store. So if you opened up a second brewery, like, say, Bellwoods did, or Beyond the Pale, or Amsterdam and all that, you can now actually have your retail store at both locations again, no matter how big or small they are. Just the beer that's sold, you have to sell 50% of the beer that's made at that location. So Bellwoods, if they have their one-offs have to be sold basically at the place that brewed it, not at the other one. Does it matter? No, but is it great that they can now actually have their 2 stores? Yes, that's amazing. They didn't have that last week, so I don't know why they're bitching about everything. Did we want off-site stores instead? Yes, we did. Did we get it? No, but again, like Joe just said, baby steps. It's all baby steps.
Well, speaking of which, the Railway City thing, is that going to be a topic? Or was it? No, Fork River?
Yes, that will be. Yes, Fork River. Yeah.
I don't know why I said Railway City.
Price? Here's the difference. Here's the thing that I think a lot of them are getting on. It's actually not... You have all these new stores. The grocery stores are selling it. The grocery stores, the LCBOs, the beer stores, and the breweries are all selling. But there's still no competition. Everybody has to sell it for the same price. So you're really just adding more stores, but again, baby steps, man, baby steps. You just got to keep moving.
Just gotta be happy with any progress, or as Canadians would say, progress. You just gotta be happy that you're moving forward, even if it's just a 0.5% or 1% in the right direction. People who are up in arms, like I said, it baffles me. It's like, oh, we wanted everything. It's kind of like negotiating with someone.
A lot of these craft breweries are, and a lot of the people that I've read or talked to that have been freaking out about it are fairly new craft breweries, and you guys aren't going to get victory handed to you on a silver platter. It's not going to happen. There's nothing that's going to come and say, here, you've won. You got to fight for that. You got to take your dues. You know what's funny? The guys that actually find this to be helpful, the guys that are actually sitting there going, this is a great step forward, are the guys that have been in this now for 15, 20 years. And they're like, oh my God, this is so much different than it was when we started.
Both Reviewing Under the Influence and Beer Zerker would like invites. Just so you know.
Okay. As we're going on this too, the budget was announced yesterday. Unfortunately, they didn't get what they wanted. But the Ontario Craft Cidery Association got in on this too, going, do we get a piece of this pie? When's things going to change for us?
No, you're fucking cider. Shut your mouth.
So, I mean, they started talking earlier this week about how they were hoping that things would change for them too. It didn't. Do I feel bad for them? Not really, because they waited until now to start making their voice heard.
How many craft cideries are there in Ontario?
Oh, not that many.
And they have an association. Fucking right, boys. Every single one is probably coming to your fest.
Basically, there's like 2 or 3 that aren't, and that's it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I know. Is it Nickelbrook? They're coming Friday in Ottawa. They're the beverage show. So it's called the beverage show.
It's called the Beverage Show.
They had a huge thing on the website. No intoxication tolerated. Blah blah blah. I was like, fuck that shit. I'll keep my money for a real beer fest.
We're all gonna get fucking torn up on some Green Apple Pilsner, yeah. Do it.
But all the Ottawa craft breweries gonna be there. But I'd rather go see them in person than fucking go there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Nickelbrook isn't coming here, and I love John. Do I care all that much that he's not here? The only reason I care is that I'm friends with him and he didn't come. Other than that, not really, because he's just going to bring Green Apple Pilsner, gluten-free.
Oh, is that all he's going to bring? Some Green Apple Pilsner? You mean the best beer of your fest from 2014? Is that what we're talking about?
That wasn't me. The people voted. That's what they said.
They did. They did. They said
Comments are stupid.
Best fucking. Well, I mean, you could either do that. I'll go on Lee's side, just go gaga about Innocent Gun Lager, which is an amazing beer.
How many teabag beers are you thinking to come up with this year? Different breweries. You want to win the best name again? Teabag by your uncle, teabag by your aunt, teabag by your grandma, teabag.
Yeah. Teabagged by Ginger. That was a fantastic name. What was the other one?
Teabag. Captain Teabag.
Captain Teabag. That was what, Barnstormer?
Yeah.
Barnstormer, yeah. And Barnstormer didn't answer my emails when I sent them one, or my call when I called them to come down. And I found out why a little bit after that, which was, again, the guy that I was contacting, the guy that I knew, the part owner, wasn't an owner anymore. So
Probably a why. Did you contact the current owner, or?
No, after that I just didn't care. Taz was the cool one. I don't care about.
Gotcha.
Taz? The human suplex machine?
Yes.
Tasmanian Devil.
The guy that was pouring at the festival was part owner of Barnstormer. And yeah, he now works with, where does he work now? He actually works with Flying Monkeys now.
Really?
Yeah.
And they're also not coming to your fest, so great times.
Yeah.
And there, do you have to print new posters? That logo you had to change at last minute there?
Oh yeah, we did have one brewery drop out at the last minute.
Clifford.
Clifford Brewing.
I'm not coming now.
Clifford Brewing dropped out at the last
World-class
minute. What happened, I guess, is his brewery's now open, but he's not making enough money yet to just work at the brewery, so he has a second job. And he said he wanted to be in the festival as of September last year. Didn't tell his boss he needed the weekend off until a week and a half ago. And yeah, he couldn't get the weekend off.
Solid. So how many actual brewery / cideries do you have?
We have 26. We have 26 breweries and 3 cideries.
And how many food trucks?
9.
9 food trucks.
9.
Yeah, but not the German one. Everyone's pissed off about not the German one.
Yeah, but the Dirty South is there again. The
Dirty
barbecue.
South was good
It's some
time.
dirty Southern love.
I got some of their chicken barbecue tacos last year, and they were fucking.
And they're bringing a second truck because they sold out last year. They're like, we have 3 other companies. Why don't we bring another truck?
I remember specifically being in line. I forgot what I was gonna get. Oh, it was actually when I was getting the tacos, and they sold out of something. And one of the guys started flipping out. It's like, dude, I can't believe they don't have this. And I'm like, yeah, that's what happens when people are hungry. They buy food and then they eat it and then it sells out. There's no way. He's like, no. He's like, I can't believe it. I'm like, it's happening. It's good. There's another food truck. There's actually like 3 of them over here. You should probably
Just
go
another
visit
random
them.
food item here, man. It's just like, take a fucking chill pill.
Yeah, he started getting really angry. He's like, this is bullshit. And I'm like, dude, they're food trucks. They only bring so much food, and when it's gone, you can fuck right off. And that's pretty much what I'm telling you right now. You need to go somewhere else. And he's like standing there it was about 5 minutes, and I wasn't even really conversing with him. I was just listening to him rant, and I'm just like, yeah, these people are fucking stupid.
Well, speaking of shit, are you getting porta potties?
Yep.
How many, baby?
I had to get porta potties because of the fact that we are an indoor-outdoor this year, so we have a lot more people coming. How many? I got 6. The inside's good for 500, so grabbed 6 more toilets. I didn't want to get like 10 or 15 and then have nobody show up because Niagara Falls, nobody's bought tickets. Nobody. Well, not nobody, but you know what I mean.
No one has bought any tickets.
Home Depot has cheap buckets.
Yeah, I get my buckets for free from work, okay? I get my buckets for free.
We'll have it like a pressure washer line so everybody's clean after.
Home Depot has free buckets.
Yeah. Live
Jesus Christ, bro. I love it.
Bidet while you wait.
Ooh, bidet, yeah, nice.
Winter is coming asked if anyone's had any trouble with YouTube uploads today. He's uploaded 3 videos and haven't seen any of them published yet. Actually, I didn't upload anything today, so I don't know.
Yeah, I've uploaded at least a half dozen videos, and
they're not showing up.
they're not showing up. I'm sorry. Like, it was the start of my channel, and too bad, I guess, right?
Yeah, Joe's up like 1,000 videos, but it's not published yet.
They're all private, so I just send them to people who I like.
They're all videos of your privates. I uploaded one. I uploaded one today, and it looked like it uploaded fine, but I can't really tell if anybody's watching it because nobody watches them anyway.
Yeah, I will say that the people I'm sub to, Don uploaded 3 today, and they all seem to be fine. So
There's not just one YouTube server. It depends where you live. It might be published like in the time zone kind of shit too. So
one does not simply have one YouTube server.
are you trying to say fuck Ontario? Is that what you're trying to say right now?
I'm trying to say fuck you because I got a Super Thistle with a nice black IPA in it.
I'm
Cheers,
sure.
Boston.
I'm sure it's like a 5 out of 10 black IPA.
put your whistle on the thistle.
I got a new beer from Lethbridge here. The brewery hasn't been built, but they're brewing it out of Kelowna. Wild.
Is that Pilsner?
Yeah,
It's a wild Pilsner.
Wild Pilsner.
Why?
So
Yeah.
like a gypsy brewer kind of thing, eh?
For now, the brewery's on 43rd. I drive past it and it's going up, but for now they're just brewing out of somewhere in Kelowna.
What's so wild about it?
Contract brewing.
Not much, but it's good.
It's a Pilsner!
Yeah, it's hearty. It's better than I thought it was going to be, especially by looking at that can.
I will take a look at your treasures.
Hey, there's a maple leaf on it. Can't get any more Canadian than that.
Oh, there's a new Indiegogo campaign out there. Highlander Brewing Company is trying to raise $100,000 for a new brewery that's also going to be a event space and a food space and a school. They want to be a brewing school because you're going to be really accredited, and what they do want to do it with their college there. Your things are if you give $8, you get a thank you. If you give $20, you get their next year's spring bottle release. Another $20 for the summer bottle release, $20 for the autumn, $20 for the winter. $40 is a swag kit or a commemorative gift box. $100 is a wall of Stein, so you get your Stein on their wall. $200 gets you a case of any of those beers, which is a 4-pack. Yeah, it just keeps going. Who the hell was that?
Hop Razor.
Oh, nice.
Can you get those at LCBO, Chad?
Which ones? Hop? What?
Up Razor?
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Because I have another one. It might be a bit old, but let me know if you can, because I'll save one for when I go up there.
I haven't seen it yet, but I don't know for sure.
I'll give it in the fridge later, you know.
The beers they're putting out, the spring one is an English-style IPA that has been, what is it here? Like you've never had before. Based on Chinook and Cascade hops with 2-row crystal malt, spring is in every sip of this soft Labrador tea and wintergreen flavor. Wait, ooh, I gotta get one of those for Lee. He likes wintergreen.
Let me ask you a question, Chad. If I give them $10, will they actually brew good beer?
Probably. Well, they make some good beer. Me and you like their Lion Grass.
Yeah, the Lion Grass is good. The rest of the stuff was,
Which brewery is this?
Highlander.
Oh, I can't get their shit out in Alberta here.
No, you can't get it anywhere other than Ontario right now. Their summer one is going to be aged in tequila barrels with honey and pear and lime and Himalayan mountain salt.
Aren't they fairly new?
No, they've been around for a couple of years now.
Yeah, when they start doing shit like that, they probably just focus on the 4 beers that they make and just make them better for the most part. Aside from the Lion Grass, right? That one was good. The rest of them were just as standard can be.
Yeah, well,
Not saying they make bad beer.
You know what? You can say that to Warren on the festival day.
I will fucking.
He will knock you out with his old man kilt. Will knock you down.
Was that the dude that we were talking to at the fest that was telling us about?
Yeah, the really old guy.
Okay, yeah, he probably doesn't want to hear that, but maybe he should a little bit. I don't know. They don't make bad beer. They just make beer that is just what did they have there? Like a pale ale? Was there like a Scottish pale ale?
There was pale ale, the Lion's Grass, the lager,
and an IPA, an English IPA.
Yeah, you got to remember too though. They're in South River, right? It's a tiny little town that has nothing there. Their beer is made for the people that are there, and it works for the people that are there.
Hello, Jake.
I want to make more of it.
Hello.
Jay!
Hello, folks.
Cheerio.
Hello, Jake.
Oh, this is my good friend Roland.
It's Roland Terrio trying to talk like Dusty Rhodes, baby, because I think he's here and I like it.
I say les longtemps roulé.
Yes. Bienvenue en Louisiane. Bonjour.
Bonsoir.
Bienvenue au quartier français.
Comment ça va?
Très bien.
Comme ci, comme ça.
Très bien.
Ouais.
What did you examine this evening, J. Terrio?
Bex?
Bex.
Bex.
Allemand.
Sounds entertaining.
All right.
Hey, Ronald.
Oh, there it is.
Hey, pick one. Every one of your reviews I've watched. It's early in the morning. What time do you wake up to do your reviews?
Well, Mr. Marvin, sometimes I don't start doing reviews till 8 o'clock in the morning.
That's a little too early still.
Sometimes
No.
I don't start doing reviews until 3 o'clock in the morning.
I've done night shifts for 3 years. I would be plastered drunk at 9 a.m.
Sometimes
you know-
I don't do reviews ever.
Right, sometimes.
I have
Well,
no
what I do, Marvin, is I space them out. Like tomorrow is my day off, one of my days off, so I only will drink 4 beers in the whole day. So I'll do one early and then. No big problem.
Classy Marvin Blasty, you need to understand, baby. If Jay Terrio want to wake up at 6 a.m. and drink a fine adult beverage with his breakfast, who are you to say that's wrong?
Exactly.
I have done those breakfast reviews, and those are some of the most enjoyable reviews back average.
Yeah. I'm not going to lie to you, Jay Terrio. I enjoy those reviews. You eating your eggs with your hot sausage. It's
Matthew Rose enjoys your reviews.
I almost bought that. I almost bought
Let's
that.
put it
beer
this
now.
way. I have watched almost every review there is out there. And yours, Ronald, is the best.
Oh, thank you, Marvin. I have one vote from all of Jamaica.
Yes, you have one fan from Jamaica.
I really appreciate that. And did you notice, Average Joe? And we don't have the King of Beer Tube on tonight.
King a bit too fed. BDU is
just had
not good enough for him. Yeah.
He didn't want to hear me mocking him again about going to wrestling instead of the festival.
Yeah, he knew this was going to be the last one before the fest, so he's like, you know what, I'm not going to take any more abuse. Oh, here he is. Oh, we're talking shit about the King of Beer Tube. He is now into the building, baby.
Speak his name and he shows up.
Almost got going.
It's like Beetlejuice.
Lee Russell.
But I wanted to tell Average Joe and the King of Beer Tube that I did a taste challenge with Natty Ice, Natty Daddy, the other Natty Daddy, and it was part of my 17-part series on the different angles of looking at Natty Daddy. Yeah, you understand that?
It should have been a 17-part series on how to pack a beer mail, baby.
Well, I was going to say, obviously, our good friend the Beer Zerker did not watch the 5-part series on how to pack a beer mail because there was no blankets or peanuts in those beers.
Oh, there wasn't? I thought Dave used peanuts.
Oh,
Very unorthodox style of packaging, I must say. I don't think Dave would approve at all.
Yeah, unorthodox is another word for stupid.
No, it worked. It worked really well. But
Actually,
actually, when I unboxed, I forgot to swear. I was going to start freaking out and throwing peanuts around the house and saying, "Look, they're all over the fucking house."
Well, you're going to love the one you get from me here in the next few days.
It has all of his fucking packing peanuts in it, doesn't it?
I have shipped
No, it has all my packing peanuts that I've had left over for years.
I have shipped beer in the past, and I have to admit that I did not undergo any kind of training. I just simply shipped it and it arrived with no problem. But that was probably dumb luck.
You see, you shouldn't have shipped anything until Dave had finished his series, and he's not finished it yet. He's still got like 18 parts to go on his series. So
I understand that, but I did not know at the time that there would be a forthcoming series on shipping beer.
Oh, Jay, you should have had the foresight, my friend.
With packing peanuts, are you trying to piss someone off as much as you can without actually breaking them? Is that what packing peanuts are all about?
Y'all better stop picking up.
I tried. I looked around, man. That's what they had. Bubble wrap was like $1,000 a square foot, so I was like, packing peanuts it is.
Stop picking on my former Facebook friend. I don't appreciate it.
There's no picking, baby. I thoroughly enjoyed his video, and I learned so much.
Hey, I didn't use any last names. I didn't. No names, my friends.
I'll be right back. I have to go take the last train to Clarksville and get my beer.
And I'm it's nice too. I just realized
Sniffing this beer is like smoking crack. Holy fuck! This is
Oh, you still have that cup, eh?
Well,
The only one of those cups that's broken is the fucking one that's Paul fucking TK'd on my floor.
Probably arcade-o'd it, baby.
Yeah, it's the one you gave me last year at the fest, so I take care of it. He's a lot too.
I just realized Lee's box has been physically touched by the Trailer Park Boys, thanks to me.
Is it?
Yeah, I'll send you a screenshot.
Randy touched your box.
That
Send
box that we were sending around Ontario and Canada for like 4 years.
It's that pedigree box, dog food.
Oh.
Oh, that's not
What
the one I'm
brew-
thinking of. Do you remember that one, Lee? I think it was the first one I sent you a beer mail in. And you sent one to Nick, and Nick sent it to Don, and Don sent it to me, and I sent it back to... It just was going everywhere.
Is that the Thai hooker box?
No, Jesus Christ, man.
Where are you going to find a tight hooker box? Come on now, Nick.
No, it was a Thai hooker box that Guy sent me one time.
Oh, Italian. I thought you said tight.
Not Italian.
Thai hooker box.
What brew is that?
Nice.
What?
That's 10 bitter years from Black Oak.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice.
10 bitter years from Black Oak.
That is a 47 out of 10 beer according to bylaw, baby. That is your favorite beer of all time.
Jimmy Jazz asks if anyone's had the chance to try the Goose Island IPA that hit the Ontario beer stores recently. I know you asked me that on another video, and I answer all my comments every 4 days. So I let them all span up for 4 days, and then I just answer them all. No, I haven't had a chance to try it yet. I don't have it in this area yet. But you know what did show up in this area?
Underwhelmed.
This is what showed up in this area. Lowenbrow Radler.
Oh, that's
high-end shit. I had the Goose Island IPA a couple of years ago, but I don't know if it's the exact same as what showed up in Ontario or not.
I'm pretty sure it's the exact same. So they haven't changed that in a long time. I don't think it's supposed to be an English-style IPA.
I think I've had it. I'll have to check my Untappd, but I think I've had it. I think I bought it in the States one time.
Same
My
here.
condolences, Chad.
I bought a 6-pack of it and sent some around, so I don't know if you got one or not.
Yeah, no, I haven't had a chance to try it yet. I don't know how it. I may have tried it in the past, and it was so underwhelming I don't remember it. But that means it wasn't bad either.
Yeah, it's not a bad beer. It's Goose Island IPA. I mean,
anything I've ranked in the 4 to 6 range, I sometimes will end up forgetting them. If it's below a 4, I know them because I hated them, and if it's above a 6, I liked them, so I remember them. But anything in the meh range, I don't always remember.
Goose Island's Belgian ales I liked a lot.
Matilda and Sophie.
Matilda, Sophie, Pepe Nero, Lolita.
None of the what are the sours came up there? The Lolita. There's the Aaliyah.
Matilda was brewed with
Aaliyah.
Brettanomyces.
I thought the Goose IPA was most excellent indeed.
Wow.
What is the other one? Jillian, I think, is one of the sours. I'm trying to think. There's one other.
I'll Google it, eh?
I enjoyed the Matilda. I enjoyed the Sophie. I didn't adore them. I didn't think they were the greatest thing. They were nice.
For all the special packaging and stuff, they were kind of substandard for that sort of style of beer, but, they were okay.
Hey, $3.99 for a 355 milliliter bottle.
There's the sours are even talking pricey. Sours are in $7.50s. They go anywhere from $20 to $30 from sours.
Talking about price and all that, we did have this thing here. Why do millennials? And we were talking about my beer festival earlier too, so this is a segue to both. Why do millennials go to beer festivals? So they did a well, yeah, but they did a survey with 500 different millennials, and they broke it down into things they went with and what they answered. 94% of them go to big festivals that bring several brewers together. 77% go to festivals that are paired with food, barbecue and all that. 67% festivals that benefit a charity or have a charitable component. 63% festivals that feature live musical entertainment. Festivals with a seasonal theme was another 63%, and 45% was niche festivals with a focus on certain types of beer. And the favorite price range was $36 to $50, and they would pay more for a VIP experience. So my festival is all 3 of those first ones, and it's $20. So fuck off and buy a ticket, bitches.
Which is like $8 American too. Think about that.
Yeah.
Right. Only problem is I have to drive so far to go to your festival.
I'm gonna live like a king up there next week. It's gonna be glorious.
You only live about 20 miles away or less.
Yeah, I'm pretty close. Can get there about a half an hour. So.
Who are millennials anyway? Is that like people just born in the last 10 years of the last century or something, or
Like 18 to 25 usually, and then 25 to 30.
Like my daughter's age.
25 to life.
So after 2000 or?
Because it's after 2000, no one's of age.
No, it's people that grew up in the 2000s, basically. So, like your teen years and all that.
When they were reading Harry Potter.
After Generation X, basically.
So those fucking punks.
Yep.
There you go, Lee. Check your Facebook feed.
My daughter.
Oh, God damn it, Guy. What do I have to do now?
I will say this, though, Chad. I do have a tendency, I think every time a VIP has been offered, I pretty much take it because it's usually $20 extra, and all the good beers are there for the most part, or all the hard-to-get beers that you're not going to get to try for the most part. There have been a couple VIP sections that are shit, but most of the time it's good.
I was going to say, most Ontario festivals, you're not buying, when you buy your VIP, it's not you're getting special pours because the pours are all there. You're just getting in before everybody else, which I like too because then I have that hour without the fucking crowds. Because all the festivals here, you were at one, what happens is they have that live band that brings in all the idiots that don't even like beer, and the place just keeps getting more and more and more and more and more packed until it's just stupid, and you can't hear anything, and you can't, like, I don't like that. I like to go. I'll only buy the VIP if that happens. If it just gets me in early, and I get in, I get a bunch of drinks in me, like the stuff I really want to try in that first hour. I hang out for another hour or two until the crowds are there, and then I take the fuck off.
Yeah, like around here in the Western New York area, I'll give you an example. That they had a brew fest at the Toronto Blue Jays AAA affiliate. Here is the Buffalo Bisons, and they do a ballpark brew bash thing. And the regular, I think, festival is $35-$40. Gee, are people sending?
Who the fuck is calling?
John. No,
Average,
he's
John.
doing it wrong. Invite John. He's trying to invite us to his video. No,
John who?
do it.
So he can fall asleep. John from not Kingston anymore, I guess.
Send the man an invite.
But anyway, so it's like $35-$40 for the regular fest. For an extra $20, you get to go. You got to go for $55. They had this restaurant that was out just awesome. They had like 40 different beers, free food, and some of the beers they brought: Bourbon County Stout, Parabola, Bell's Black Note, Sucaba. I'm telling you, all the beers that if you're a beer geek, you're like, I'm staying up there for the entire fest. So I went up there for it was a 4-hour fest. I went up there for 3 hours, drank all the good shit, and then I went down to the regular places that they brought their 2 standard beers or whatever at most of the normal breweries at the fest. So I don't know, VIPs can work well. Then I've paid like $30 or $40 for other VIP entrances where you get like 6 extra beers, and they're all things that you probably had before. So it all depends on who's running it too.
Oh yeah. Talking about special beers, Epiphany No. 2 will be being poured at the festival from Black Oak.
And Pilsner, baby.
The Silversmith is bringing a cask version of their black lager with cinnamon and some other special spices added to it.
That sounds fucking good.
Yeah,
try that out.
We're just getting the regular beers from Garden Brewers, but I haven't had any of them. I mean, their Green Thumb is a tomato pale ale.
I will try the shit out of that, and then not everything.
So I mean, there's a lot of interesting beers coming. Refined Fool sent me a list of what they're bringing. I don't even remember it now. It's 2 casks and a couple of the regulars, and then 1 seasonal.
How about Bose? I mean,
I haven't heard anything from Bose yet on what they're bringing.
I'm so pissed off last year. I missed out on the Channel Ocho.
That was such a good beer.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Now, average Joe, when you cross over into Canada, you don't have any kind of hold-ups at the border. You just drive right across.
Yeah, it's pretty simple for the most part. You occasionally get a border guard that wants to flex their muscles. So I remember going over once, and the guy was like, "Oh, how much money you have?" And I was just going for the night. I said I was coming back. I was like, "Oh, I've a couple $100," and he's like, "That's it?" Like, what are you I'm going to buy drugs up here? I'm going to the casino and going to eat and coming back. What? It doesn't seem like a lot of money. I'm like, I have like credit cards and debit cards. I didn't ask you about that. You asked me if I had money, like not just cash on hand. You asked if I had money. Debit cards, credit cards. You can
Well, if you have the counterfeit money, if you have the counterfeit
I was like, he's like, well, next time you should bring more money. I'm like, yeah, next time I'll just become rich. Thanks a lot. Like, I'm bringing a couple $100 for a night. What the fuck do you think I'm doing up there? Like,
Hey, man, I'm just an average Joe here.
Yeah, I'm never sure, baby. If I don't have a channel on YouTube at all.
I was just worried in case I drive up there. I didn't want to catch a bunch of flack.
No, just try to be honest with them. And
you know what? The Sasquatch got to the border, and they're like, "What are you doing?" And he goes, "I'm going to meet this albino guy in Niagara Falls." And the answers he gave were just kind of stupid, and he got through perfectly fine. But then he gets here, and he opens his trunk to get his bag out. And he looks in his trunk. He goes, "Oh fuck! Look, all my machetes are in here still." Like, oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, it's a good thing he wasn't in the car ride with you and Ken and whatever that time.
Yeah. Me, Ken, and the man-child and the cantankerous cook when we got a full body
back
strip
across
search.
the border.
When he took his car back, they couldn't get into the trunk because it was all strapped down.
Oh, it was on a bed of a tow truck.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Jay, the only thing is don't give them more information than you need to. That's all it comes down to. Because if you start getting
whatever they ask you, just answer whatever they ask you. No.
Well, I did when I went to Mexico and they would give me all kind of trouble. I just sat there.
Yeah, because if you start going, I'm going to do this, and I'm doing this and this, they're going to be like, well, what about this? What? And you're just be like, oh my God, you're going to be there for like 15 minutes answering questions you don't really want to answer.
Well, I was there 20 to 30 minutes each time, but I just sat there and I figured eventually this will end, and it did.
Yeah, the only difference is people actually want to go to Canada as opposed to Mexico, so you're good on that part. Like they don't understand. Like, what? You're trying to go to Mexico?
Coming into Canada, you're not having a lot of problems.
Yeah, they thought it was very strange that I was going to Mexico alone, especially alone. That was.
Yeah.
Another tip: don't try to speak French because they'll just think you're trying to fuck with them. This guy ain't French Canadian. Fuck him. We're gonna put him into a room and beat him to death with a fucking phone book for a while.
Actually, when I went back in the '90s, when I called Canadian Tourist Information Bureau, and I wanted to get some tour books for Canada, they were the only people that could ever pronounce my name correctly. Everybody else around the other states would always say it wrong.
Like
That's different now. We've won like two civil wars now against the French since then. So the French are no longer in power.
Yeah, but when I was calling back in 1997, 98, I said, he said, "Oh, Mr. Terrio." I said, "Oh, you know that name? Oh, yeah, it's very common." He said, "It's very common up here in Canada."
Not so common now that we exterminated about 50 million.
I like the riot better.
See how these Anglo people are?
Ronald the Riot.
I do like Ronald the Riot. That's nice.
Yeah, I like the Ronald half retarded mispronunciation of your name.
I think that's what I called you the first time I ever shouted you out on a video. Was the Riot, Ron the Riot?
Yeah, but it's Terrio.
Yeah. I think it's kind of cool you actually use the French pronunciation because a lot of people with French last names in the States have Anglicized them. Right?
They say "fuck the French, baby." That's what they say.
French, buddy.
Yeah, but around here, really, most everybody says Terrio. Even they have some famous sports, sort of famous sports, athletes that will say they use the name Terrio. Plus, Disco Fever was hosted by Danny Terrio.
A lot of people don't realize that Shia LaBeouf in Canadian French means man who was shitting beef.
It doesn't surprise me at this point.
It's true.
I'm gonna drink another Rickards Radler.
You're gross.
This is actually a good beer.
Is Rickards a mimic of Blue Moon?
It would be more the other way around. Well, no, Rickards White would kind of. Rickards White has a slightly different recipe just because it's made up here. But yeah, the recipes are pretty similar.
What they use for sugar is
What's older?
For Rickards White is not as old as Blue Moon, but Rickards Red was around long before Blue Moon was.
And that's
like
most
Rickards the company. It's an amber lager.
And you said Rickards Red is most an export.
Yeah, it's Molson Expert with food coloring. That was word for word from a Molson, an ex-Molson brewer.
Food.
He was like,
that just sounds like somebody that got fired and is trying to make up lies.
Yeah, because I still don't see the comparison between that third shift and Rickard's Red. You say it's the same beer. I say you're wrong.
No, I'm pretty sure it's the same as the Rickard's Red and third shift we did right here with all of us, and it was the same to all of us. It's the same as Blue Moon and Rickard's White.
You see what happened? Your palate failed you on that day. They just
no, I don't think my palate failed me that day.
They exploded. They exploded all over.
You didn't do them side by side.
I don't need to do it side by side, baby. I don't have so many Rickard's Red that I know what it tastes like.
Rickard's beer is analogous to Natty Daddy?
None
of them.
They have a blonde.
Yeah,
but that's a Pilsner. It's like it's a bad copy.
They don't make a fine Helles Doppelbock.
No.
They only have the 4 beers?
No,
Jordan, you just did a bunch.
They have Rickard's Red, Rickard's Dark, they had Rickard's Shandy, now they have the Radler.
White.
What else? Rickard's Blonde, Rickard's White. They used to have the Honey Red, so the Honey Brown, sorry, which was disgusting. The IPA.
Porter stout?
They have an IPA?
They did. It was, I can't even remember the name of it. It's gone now, too. The Rickard's Pale Ale. Just Pale Ale is what they called it. The Cardigan, the Oak House,
the Lederhosen.
The Lederhosen.
Because Rickard's, I think it's deported, one of the worst beers I ever had.
That's the dark. It was called Rickard's Porter at first, and then they changed it to Rickard's Dark.
Rickard's was a company that was bought out by Molson?
Yes.
Yeah, Rickard's just made Rickard's Red back then, though.
Oh. Okay. So now it's Molson Coors.
Yeah, that's so old. Like, there wasn't a lot of craft beer or dark beers around then. Rickard's was kind of out there with Guinness.
I see Beer Zerker's drinking a Guinness draft, 4% alcohol. Is that correct?
Beer Zerker, what the fuck?
It's a Master Robato's cousin.
He's having a nervous breakdown tonight.
It's 4.2.
Oh, 4.2. Okay, I'm sorry.
Brewed in Dublin.
Ah, yes. If you notice, all the Guinness drafts are brewed in Ireland. But they actually brewed around the world.
Beer Zerker, is that a pie sheet?
It's a turkey pan.
Oh, fucking A.
Modified.
Well, Chad, do you still have Mr. Roboto cardboard?
Oh, Osimo?
Awesome.
Yeah, Osimo's over there.
Osimo's better.
Beer Zerker, you're like Colonel Kurtz.
You guys hear of that new brew that's been released? St. Bernardus 12 barrel aged.
Oh my goodness.
Hello.
Yeah, I damn near just came right when I heard that.
Even the church has been corrupted now.
Yeah, damn right. But that sounds beautiful, don't it?
Yeah, sounds interesting.
Yes.
No
That's
pants.
right.
I want to eat some barrel-aged macaroni and cheese. Look, let me
That doesn't sound right.
let me say this to you, reviewing Under the Influence. I watch a lot of your videos, okay? But I'm starting to get very depressed about this barrel-aged thing. All of these things, all these things that we deal with in a cycle about every 2 years, it's starting to get me down in the dumps. I'm sick of all these things.
It seems they kind of barrel-age shit in vain nowadays, kind of,
They barrel age everything now.
Barrel-age.
It's out of hand. It's totally out of hand.
All I got fans. I can't wait till the day to stop barrel aging whiskey, baby. It's a fad that needs to die.
Yeah, well, hey, that's like a desert being dry. That makes sense, but,
Well, I think Labatt's the one that kind of put the last shitty nail in that one.
No.
Labatt Bourbon Ale.
What they have, Labatt, barrel-aged Labatt Blue?
Isn't that what it is?
I think that's essentially what it is. It's Labatt Bourbon Ale or whatever.
Anheuser-Busch just came out with barrel-aged Occulto.
What kind?
Yeah, that just sounds like a frickin' abortion, dude. That Labatt bourbon. Fuck's sake. Fuck that.
It would make more sense if they had a better beer to put in the fucking barrels.
Yeah, what a waste of a barrel, man.
Nick,
The
would you try a Labatt Blue barrel-aged?
Well, of course I would. I'm actually kind of interested to see what it's like, but
the Labatt barrel-aged beer wasn't horrible, but it wasn't good.
No.
I'd buy it just to shit all over it.
A beer snob.
It wasn't a bad beer. It wasn't. I couldn't fail it, but it wasn't good. Sleeman actually made a better oak aged beer with the Sleeman Oak. That was actually not a bad beer either.
Yeah, my dad.
Oh yeah.
Drank Schlitz Blue Bull barrel aged, fine barrel aged Helles Doppelbock.
You know, the macro companies make a neutral enough beer that they could actually go out and do a barrel series. They could go out and say, you know what, we got all these different barrels. We're going to leave it in the barrel for the exact same amount of time, say 2 months, whatever, and we're going to show you what each different barrel brings out into the beer.
Series.
All jokes aside, I think that's a fantastic idea.
I mean, that's the thing, right? And I say this every time I drink the Keith's IPAs, like the Keith's One Hop series, is they make a neutral enough beer that this actually helps showcase this hop better than the full-on big bad craft pale ales that they make that have a lot of malt and all that. These things are pretty neutral, and then their hop is there. So all you're really tasting is the hop. You learn what the hop is better with the Keith's one than some of the big guys. Yeah. Well, some of the big craft names, I should say.
Yeah. Good point.
It would help though if they just, didn't just like accidentally drop a couple of leaves of Sapphire hop into a tank by mistake and then released it as a Sapphire hop ale. That's the only difference.
And I did that Celia hop beer, and I keep getting asked, does this taste like, is this full strength like the Halatoir or anything? And I'm like, I don't know. I've never had that hop. I don't know if that's full strength or if it's dumbed down like the Galaxy and the Cascade. I just don't know. I mean, in all honesty, the Sapphire hop and the Halatoir were full strength. They were exactly what they taste like. Basically, those were the safest bets they could go with. They went with 2 hops that give like not much at all, and that's what they won.
Albino Rhino, I have 2 questions.
I may have 2 answers.
Okay, first question. When are you going to examine the Red Stripe?
Whenever I don't have to buy a 6-pack of it.
When Red Stripe
we can get the
does the barrel-aged beer.
bomber bottles, here.
Hey, I thought he was in charge of that.
Like, do it next Thursday.
Yeah, we're doing it on Lee's channel. King of Beer.
Yes, yeah. Actually, that's true. That is right. We are examining it on Lee's channel next week. That's right.
Yes, Lee had a discussion, and he said he would take ownership of it. The last time I had.
When?
So that'd be Friday, wasn't it?
Next Friday?
Was it Friday or Thursday? Well, it can't be Thursday. We're in Oakville.
I'd say next Wednesday would be more appropriate.
Yeah, Wednesday I could do it. Friday is no.
Yeah.
Is there a BDU on next Wednesday or no?
Well, no. We're going to be picking you up from the airport.
No, it's my fault.
Yeah, we can still do it. I'll pick up the fucking 6-pack. We'll do an examination.
Yeah. Do it when we get home, maybe.
I'll go get a 24-ounce bottle.
We could do it. We could do it on Wednesday in substitution on my channel for BDU.
Yes.
It would probably have to be. It would probably have to be a later time though, because he flies in at 9, so we'd be in Toronto at 9.
So it'd be like 10:30, 11 by the time we get back.
No,
that's fine.
Fast asleep.
Set a calendar shit thingy.
Yeah, send us a message.
No calendar, no message.
Second question.
Boobies.
Have you ever tried the Beck Sapphire? You were talking about sapphire hops.
The Labatt Sapphire?
Beck's.
Beck's
Oh,
Sapphire.
Beck's. Yes, I've had Beck's Sapphire.
Okay. Oh yeah, you did a video, did you not?
Yeah, it's okay. A Sapphire hop is such a mild hop that just one hopping with it is kind of sad because there's almost no flavor to it. There is a flavor to it, but it's just so minimal that it's why waste a beer on this?
Yeah, it's a gimmick.
I mean, there are craft brewers that have done it too. Taps. Lee learned how great of a brewer Taps is.
Oh, they're fantastic.
Taps made a Sapphire hop, one hop ale, and they actually screwed that up too. But they're a brew pub, and they don't have their brewing equipment separated from the actual restaurant. So there is wild yeast in the air. There's everything. All their beer is fucking infected.
How many times have you been there?
I go there for their food quite often, and I'll always buy a beer. Every time I walk in, I buy a beer because I'm there. I'm like, okay, give me this because I'll have something new, and I'll drink a sip of it, and I'm like, why the fuck did I order something from you, you fucking infected piece of shit? And I just get angry.
You're just hoping for a fucking miracle.
I am. Like, they did a Jack Daniels barrel aged porter one time, and it tasted like boiled vegetables, and I almost threw it at the waitress. I was like, what the fuck is this? Like.
Well, you know, they
put a glass wall up. Put a glass wall up. Separate yourself from the fucking shit floating around in the air. Do you have any clue how to brew?
No.
It should be illegal for them to have the equipment in the same space that they're making food.
Basically, you didn't like their blonde mug. Is that what you're saying?
It was, it was a little thin. It was a little thin for me.
Well, I do have some interesting information.
Go ahead.
Doing some online research this week, come to find out
that I am albino.
Never been
Well, it's actually beer related. If you go on a brewery tour at Anheuser-Busch's brewery in St. Louis, and apparently at all their breweries, you can pay $4 and get a special edition Budweiser. That is a draft version that is supposed to be much better than regular Budweiser, according to the Anheuser-Busch's website. So I said, oh, I need to go out there with my camera in hand and make a 17-part series.
So what's the difference?
I can't remember quite exactly, but it's something to do with something like, and I know I'm saying this wrong, but I think I'm in the ballpark. Something like Budweiser Cream Flow, I think they called it. Something like that, like like the Wexford Cream Flow. I don't know. It's some kind of way that they offer it on draft. It's some kind of the way it's.
So basically, a nitro beer.
Yeah,
sounds like it.
Budweiser Nitro, but I'm not saying it right. But it's on the website. It sounds interesting. Fascinating. I'm sure it's. You know what it's going to be, but I mean, it still sounds interesting.
So it's Budweiser Boddingtons.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Yeah, but I'd still drive up there to do it.
It just sounds like one of those people telling me, "Oh man, you haven't really had Budweiser until you've had it off tap, man. It's so much different, and so much better."
It is, though. That's true. They're telling you the truth, Lee.
I've had Budweiser off tap. They're not telling me the truth.
It's colder on tap. It's cold is not a taste.
I'm paying too much. I'm paying too much money for the beer. I want to trick myself into believing it actually tastes better.
Two things. Winter is coming. Ask for an invite. You've been given one. Winter is coming. Dave Zodiac wrote Labatt Blue, best beer in the world, said no one ever. I guess he didn't watch this channel very often because Lachlan loves that stuff.
Yes, he does.
Like, Lachlan would kill a baby to drink Labatt Blue. He is Labatt Blue's biggest fan.
Fine. I've actually warmed up to Labatt Blue. I've become quite a fan of Labatt Blue.
But it tastes a lot different from the Canadian version, right? American versus Canadian, Labatt Blue.
Well, the American one is brewed in Rochester, is it not?
I don't know, but you guys have not lived until you have Labatt Blue Shandy. Come on. You kidding?
There's a
Actually,
Labatt Blue Shandy?
Yeah,
well,
I did. I think there's actually Labatt Blue Light Shandy, which makes it even worse, but yeah, that exists.
when we get the Labatt Blue in bottles, it comes from Toronto.
Mm.
When we get the Labatt Blue in cans, which we can't get down here, I have to go to like Ohio or New York or whatever. That's made at Rochester, and that stuff is horrible. It tastes bad. But the Labatt Blue,
Thousands of people would disagree with your
You
opinion,
know what?
Ontario,
I
in the
think-
state of New York.
I
Yeah.
think that a lot of Canadian brewers think very lowly of American adjunct lagers, because if you actually try a Canadian adjunct lager and then the version they'll brew for the U.S., like not if they're just importing it, but if they actually are brewing it just specifically for the U.S., the quality just drops. Like Moosehead. You can do a blind taste test of Moosehead brewed for Canada and then Moosehead brewed for Moosehead US. Both brewed in the exact same facility, and the quality just drops like 10 points.
how can that be?
I think it's because with the fact that they're exporting it into the US, they can use some of the things in the US that they can't use here in Canada, and they'll do it just to cheapen it.
Because the Labatt Blue from Canada has a very distinct yeast quality, which at first I didn't like. I thought it was, it tasted strange to me, and I gave it a C. So I said, well, I don't know, I need to re-examine it. So about 2 years later, I did Labatt Blue again in the 330 milliliter bottles, 11.2 ounces, from Toronto, and I really liked it. It was so interesting. It had such subtle complexity. But then I bought some Labatt Blue in the can. Oh, it was terrible. And then I bought that Labatt malt liquor. It was worse. They call it Labatt Blue Light. Yeah, it was no good. I have it here in my collection. It was made in Rochester. Awful, horrible.
Well, I gotta get up to do it. 1 second.
All right, so I just mixed a red wine with Trappist 8.
Why did you do
How
that?
dare you?
How was that?
Don't do it. It's a bad idea.
Don't worry, you didn't need to warn us beforehand. I think most of us were firmly on the don't do it side.
If you ever get up here, Ron, we'll drink this together.
What?
Oh my God! So basically you're entering Ron into a suicide pact with you.
What's the cap? What's the cap state?
What are you trying to show rolling?
There's the cap state.
Show that again?
Is that rusty? Because I can
There
tell.
you go.
Is that a rusty cap?
Oh yes, it's a rusty cap.
What year is that from? 1979?
In the 70s, yeah.
Rusty
Oh,
cap bad, right?
You know I would drink it.
Can you drink from a rusty cap? Depends how it is under, right? Like if it
Yeah, it
has that
depends
rubber-
how it is under. If it actually has the rubber seal and all that, we'll be fine.
I'd probably keep. It's probably got formaldehyde in it and shit.
No, this is back before they started putting a lot of that shit in their beer. I don't know how it's going to be. I think this one doesn't have as many... Oh, never mind. I spoke too soon.
Well,
It's got.
Dude! Oh!
Oh.
Nature.
Oh, I feel like Elvis is about to come into this.
You know that's bad.
Oh!
Thank you very much.
I'll do tonight.
it's like an elder party. Do not shake. Just pour
That
it
looks
slowly.
like
We're all shook up, even.
Oh, look here, we got some
Oh.
guy here from Memphis. Well, he thinks he's from Ohio. He thinks he's from Memphis, baby. He's not really from Memphis. He's kind of a poser. Oh.
Ethan, have you ever even been to Memphis?
No.
I've been in Elvis Presley's house.
Well, while you guys talk about Elvis Presley, I'm going to drink another Rickard Radler.
When were you in Elvis's house? Was it in 1977, Ron, the day he died?
Oh
He was
snap!
and he dropped a
I
deuce and
remember
then
what I
died.
was doing. I remember what I was doing when I found out.
Choking him to death.
What's the ABV on the Rickards at the Human Jakes?
The Rickard is 3.2.
I almost picked one up. I had one in my hand at the beer store. I didn't buy it.
I'm so very curious about that Labatt Blue Light Shandy.
Get that thing.
No,
No, I
this
went to
is-
Elvis's
this is
house.
not
I'm buying a 12-pack. No way.
This is actually a really good Radler, Guy. One of the better ones that we have here in Ontario. Last year's best Radler actually was, other than the Stiegel, was probably the Waterloo. The Waterloo Radler went way up when they went to grapefruit. But they went back to lemon this year, so I'm curious what they did with it this year.
I bought a 2-4 with a free can inside the 2-4, but I didn't open the can yet.
The can of what?
I didn't open a single bottle yet either.
What are you talking about? You bought a 2-4 of what?
You know, this shit.
Ooh, that Stiegel Radler is so good.
Oh my lord, no.
Oh, and what was your free can? Is your free can?
Best beer in the land.
I will bring you the can.
But what's the can?
No, it is a can of the same thing, Laker IPA in a big can.
I understand now, but your French to English translation there was going.
So Quebec gas station style can.
Yeah. The good news
just examine the Laker IPA box. I'm done. That's it. Don't need any further than that.
So the bearded wizard's gonna bring you a bottle. I'll bring you a can. We can compare it.
How about we don't say we did? That's something that someone said.
The bearded wizard has talked about slowly shaving his beard throughout the night at the festival.
No, can we do it during the Laker IPA review? It'd be so much more epic.
Yeah, Dev's not coming to review night any night because he hates us all.
Yeah.
Well, he hates you, not me.
Well, yeah.
If Dev is going to shave anything, make him do it outside. Don't make him do it anywhere near the beer, because if there's any sort of wind at all, you know, everyone's going to be pulling like pube beard out of their fucking teeth.
Yes, I told this to Beer Circa earlier. Yesterday in Canada and in Great Britain was the Queen's birthday. What did you drink for that celebration?
Yesterday?
There's a celebration for that?
Yeah.
Well, it was on the news.
Yeah, a little liquor from my
but
home.
I'm not really all that much of a nationalist, and I'm especially not a monarchist, so I couldn't give two flying fucks of what the Queen's doing.
Now Dave Zodiac came back. He's defending himself now. Dave is defending himself. It was a joke. It was a joke, and it's overpriced. And you know what? I'll agree with you. It's overpriced. Sometimes during the year, its price drops down to budget beer prices, and sometimes its price goes up. It's the same as Old Vienna and Molson Export. Molson Export and Old Vienna sometimes are $35 a case. And sometimes they're $29 a case. When they're $29 a case, I'll buy them to put in the fridge. When they're $34, I won't touch them.
But Laker IPA is pretty cheap.
Well, yeah,
that's all he has to say about
it. I did not try it yet. I will later.
What are the caps? Do the caps just say Laker, or do they say Laker IPA?
I'll go get one. Hold on.
I would rather discuss an Ontario-centric subject.
I have an Ontario-centric subject.
Jesus.
I have one very special Ontario-centric topic to talk about, which could have been fixed last week when Premier Wynne made her announcements, but she didn't give them that option.
Sorry.
That was beautiful. What's the score right now there, Nick?
So,
fuck off.
Green label. That's the only thing that's new. A green leaf.
Do you actually know, or are you just kidding?
No, I want to know the score.
But no, it's the standard Laker cap.
Okay, I don't need a cap.
Who makes Laker?
The Brick Brewing Company. The Brick makes Laker, Red Cap, Red Baron, Waterloo. Is there any more? I think that's it.
I've never seen it.
No, you probably wouldn't. Red Cap used to be a beer I liked buying when they were in the Stubbies, and then when the beer store stopped wanting to take Stubbies back, I stopped wanting to buy Red Cap. I only bought it for the Stubby bottles.
We should improve this discussion and start talking about Minhas.
No, what I'm going to talk about is Forked River.
Okay.
So this was posted on April 16th, 2015. First, a bit of background. We are a relatively new microbrewery in London, Ontario. When we opened in June 2013, we were the only craft brewery London had in over 15 years. Our operation launched in 3,000 square feet of industrial space in East London and has been met with such success that we quickly realized we would require more production capacity and therefore more space. Thus began our planning on an expansion. Our building has had available units. Unfortunately, the adjoining unit is occupied. In reviewing the documentation set out by the Alcohol and Gaming Commission of Ontario in the Brewery Retail Store Information Guide, we found that the brewery retail store must be located on the same parcel of land as the production site to be a retail store authorization. We had to look up the term parcel of land, and we found that, in fact, the entire building in which we are in occupies a single parcel of land. We desired to shift our retail sales location to another unit within the same building that had higher visibility for our customers. We selected units 3 and 4. See diagram below. You guys can't see it, but whatever. It's on the other side of the building.
To be fair, you probably can't see it either.
Yeah, I can't see it very well either. Fuck you. Since we are a nervous bunch, we contacted the AGCO at the time. They advised us, when you relocate, notify us via letter to an address above, and she will send out an AGCO inspector. So, first off, we can't tell you anything until you move. We were forced to proceed with our plans and then contact them again when we were ready to submit an application. As they wouldn't provide us with permission for future plans, they would only point out the documentation available on the website for guidance. We spent thousands of dollars to build out our new other space, commenced hiring for new positions that would support the expansion, and contacted the AGCO as they requested. Once the application was submitted, the response came back. Do you occupy all of the units, or just 3, 4, 16, and 17? Are all units on the same parcel of land, the same municipality and address? After responding that the building is on a single parcel of land, but we only rent the specified units, we were denied on the basis that our properties were off-site. As you all know, breweries are not allowed to have off-site retail stores. We were dumbstruck in the face of what we thought was a straightforward matter of fact. A local law firm composed a letter outlining the facts of the case and sent it to the AGCO. Click here for the letter. Once again, the AGCO responded by denying approval of our application. However, if the brewery and retail store were physically attached, they could change their decision. They also suggested that we could contact the registrar directly to plead our case. However, according to the AGCO, representations have done this before and have never been okayed. So it seems there are unwritten rules, or are they? Is it possible that small brewers are subject to different rules? We decided to do a quick Google map search. Basically, they aren't allowed because they're on the same parcel of land, and that's what their lawyer's note says. The lawyer actually defines the same parcel of land, and then says, this is the same parcel of land, how can they not do this? And they got denied. And then you go to Google Maps, and Labatt in Toronto, Labatt Brewery in Toronto, their store is not attached to the Labatt Brewery. Molson's Brewery Labatt would be in, and then Molson's Brewery in Toronto, the same thing. Molson's Brewery, there's the brewery, there's a street, there's the retail store. So, if you're a big guy, you don't have to be attached. If you're a small guy, you have to be attached.
That's why they make the regulations, to keep the little people down. People don't understand that. Regulations are to protect big business.
Yeah, so they can make money.
Regulations are not devised to help the little consumer. It's devised to protect monopolies.
And I do agree with you on this, but in this case here, their regulation straightforwardly says if it's on the same parcel of land, it doesn't say you have to be connected. Same parcel of land.
Right. Well, they just interpret it how they want because they do the same thing in the United States.
If you look at it, though, like, none of these laws affect, like, InBev, Sapporo, shit like this, you know?
Well, that's exactly what the Google Maps search is showing. The Google Maps search shows that both Molson Coors and AB InBev do not have to follow the same rule because they have their store. But this actually went to a petition. They actually started a petition. In 2 days, they ended up with 6,000 signatures. The AGCO has actually put out a response that they want to work with the brewery to try and fix this problem.
Sure.
You know what I think? Like, a lot of, like, depends who you get. Like, whoever shows up, whoever was sent. Some authority people that have that power will just say, oh, fuck it. Doesn't matter. You know, and then your luck is you got shit luck, and then they send some asshole who stickles over every single little thing and fucks up your shit because they're fucking stupid. And no one gives a fuck whether your shit's on wherever. Who gives a fuck?
No, they're fucking smart, man. They've completely devised a system that only benefits them, man. Like it's fucked.
So here is the greatest thing about this whole thing, right? Just like you said, Berserker, some people don't care and all that. When it comes to the AGCO, they have their laws written out. The laws are black and white. However, the interpretation of those laws has a huge gray area. When I first
that's why you got cash, right?
Yeah,
Couple hundreds in the pocket.
My first festival last year, I actually called the AGCO and I said, I'm doing a festival. What do I have to book this as? Because there's 7 different types of SOPs to request, and they told me it's an industrial event. It's an industry event. Put it in as an industry event. So I put it in as an industry event. Thing was given to me straight up. This year I put it in as an industry event again. I got a different guy doing my license. He's like, this isn't an industry event. I don't know what you're doing. You're going to have to reapply. Like, what are you talking about? I have my license sitting here from last year. It was an industry event last year. How is it not this year? And I mean, again, it all matters who you get and what they decide.
Yeah, I noticed that all over life, man. Some people stickle, some don't, but like, yeah, it is kind of set up that people can fuck with you if they don't like you or whatever, you know. Set up for prejudice and shit.
Now, just to make you guys understand Ontario a little better, not that many of you really care, but give me 1 second here to get to the beginning of this. I'm going to read you what I have to do with contract brewers, because I've talked about contract brewers and why I don't like having them at my festivals. And this is what you have to do now to get them in here. So what happened with contract brewers originally was that there was no law. They weren't technically allowed to be at festivals because they don't have their own store. They don't have their own storefront, so technically they can't sell to an individual. Now, the AGCO knew that was a stupid rule, so they just ignored it. There was craft breweries at festivals for the last 10 years. They knew it was a stupid rule, completely ignored it. Then came Left Field. Left Field Brewing from Mark and Mandy. They make some great beer. They're great people. They talk a lot. But what happened was they saw this law, and they got angry. And they made a big stink about it. They went to social media, they went to the news, they went to everything saying, we're not allowed to be at festivals, we can't pour beer this summer. Again, the AGCO always just look the other way and pretend, oh yeah, this doesn't happen. So a new rule had to be made because of them. So this is the new rule. This is exactly what now has to be done if you want a contract brewer at your festival. And this is a lot of redundant steps for no reason. Now, the beer store swooped in to save them. The beer store swooped in. We're good guys. This is what we're going to do. The process steps. Beer producer well, first, this is how the beer producer must do it to even be allowed to sell beer. The beer producer must have liability insurance for a minimum of $2 million. Brewers Retail Inc. included as named of insurance on the certificate of insurance. So basically, the beer store has to be insured that these guys making their beer aren't going to get sued. All suppliers to email a copy of the insurance, whatever. Special occasions permit holder, that would be me. I have to email a completed purchase order to at least 1 week in advance of the festival to the beer store and the supplier. Copy of my special occasions permit attached in the email. SOP holder to provide the email address of the supplier for the beer store to email the purchase order to. So I make the purchase order, send it to the beer store. The beer store sends it to the brewery. Next, the brewery says that is good and sends it to the beer store. Now the beer store reviews the purchase order after the contract brewer says yes. Prices are negotiated between the SOP holder and the supplier. Prices must not be lower than the current minimum floor price prescribed in regulations under the Liquor Control Act. The purchase price is listed on the purchase order against the SOP. The SOP holder will pay the purchase price directly to the supplier on behalf of the beer store. The beer store will generate another purchase order and forward it to the supplier. The supplier acknowledges receipt of the purchase order from the beer store. The supplier is to deliver the beer to the SOP holder on behalf of the beer store. Delivery terms arranged. Supplier has to pay the beer store $20. So all this happens, and the beer store gets a free $20. The supplier is responsible to remit the SOP levies directly to the LCBO on behalf of the beer store. So all taxes have to go directly to the LCBO. In the event additional product is required for the SOP holder must email a new purchase order to the beer store to cover additional product. And returns are huge too, and then there's like a 15-page question and answer. So this ends up being a 10-step process when they just had to shut the fuck up and nothing.
Can I just give my thought about what I just heard here? It was like a whole bunch of red tape there going on.
Oh,
Sounded
yeah,
like the way it just from my perspective. I was kind of in and out on that, but it was like it sounded like it was this guy gets money to send this, then we got to send it back, then we got to send it back again for more money. So it just seems like it's a money thing, really. In my, I'm like half. What's the word I'm looking for? Awake, I guess. Yeah, there you go. Thank you.
At least take it over for you. It's fantastic. I love it.
But it just seems like there's a whole lot of twists and turns and all sorts of stuff.
No, there is. It's just stupid now. Like it's I make they actually have to send me an invoice so I can see the prices and see the item numbers, because I actually have to have the item numbers on there. Then with that invoice, I make my purchase order, send it to the beer store. The beer store takes that purchase order, sends it to them. They send the purchase order back to the beer store saying it's good.
Yeah.
The beer store takes that purchase order and sends it to both of us saying this is happening, this is the delivery date. Blah, 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 blah. Then money has to go to the beer store. Money has to go to the LCBO. Just stupid. I actually have one... Fuck you. I have one brewery that actually is a contract brewer that's supposed to be at this festival that still hasn't sent me their invoice. So if they don't get me their invoice by tomorrow, they're not at the festival. And
I'm not coming. Who is it?
It's Descendants.
Oh, fuck. That sucks.
Yeah. Doesn't it suck so much? We won't get.
I mean, they had good beer. That was like one of the better breweries at that fucking fest we went to. I thought they made good beer. Hopefully, they don't bring the same shit, but they made good beer.
No, that's what they'll bring.
Why you gotta be so negative? Why can't you be like, oh, they might bring a special cask or a seasonal or something? No, that's what they're gonna bring.
Luckily, I don't have to go through all this for Innocent Gun, because Innocent Gun technically has a. Well, they will bring their lager. They'll believe that Lee's going to be there, and they'll bring their lager. But
yeah, 10 out of 10, fuckers.
How drunk are you, Lee? How drunk are you?
I think Lee. He's going into trolling mode.
Anyway, they will come, but since they have a distribution center in Ontario, I don't have to go through all these steps. It's fucking stupid.
Are you upset now?
He left.
Chad just walked off.
So I have a topic just for this moment when Chad leaves.
Here we go.
Now,
here we go.
Okay, so this might.
Alright, you're on Lee's.
No, listen there, baby.
Alright, hold on. Everybody just look at my hair while I say this topic, okay?
Starting company had just opened a new brewery.
Hey, it's either the hair or the mustache, alright?
Is it about yeast being used in beer now?
I love that Jordan's in on it now. Like, oh, he's fucking pile on, Ethan. It's great times. All right, go ahead, Ethan. You have the floor.
All right. So you know how Budweiser sent that ad on Super Bowl or whatever. I know this sounds like an old topic, but they brought it up again, and it was because of the fact I thought this was a poorly written article, really, because they only wrote for the title of the article. It says Budweiser's still dealing with blowback, right, from the whatever ad, and they went 6 to 8 to 10 paragraphs down until they got to the last 2 paragraphs where they actually talked about the blowback. But apparently, small breweries are making are making peach pumpkin beers in response to Budweiser alone, just for that
blowback.
Commercial. Apparently,
but there was already peach pumpkin beers, so what?
Yeah, right. The company that they bought. What fucking moron?
Yeah, there's no blowback. They
well,
paid.
It's funny because here I'll post the article, but it's funny because
Fox News. How about I don't click on it?
This guy. all they did was publicize the burger, Bud, whatever. I guess like some chef back in the day, some superstar chef, talked about how Budweiser was so amazing. It's the champagne of beers, blah blah. So now he got signed on with Budweiser to do, I guess, somewhat of a TV show something to do on Esquire for making the best burger to go with Budweiser or something like that. So I just thought it was funny. He's pretty much just at the teat of Budweiser right now.
He is just
reaping all the benefits.
Suckling on their teeth.
Because this guy says that the craft beer is so shitty, but then there's this delicious, Budweiser and
Bud
Light.
Delicious. Is it delicious Budweiser?
That's that dumbass.
That's pretty much what he says in the article. Is like he says Budweiser is for all the hipster, craft beer's for all the hipsters, and Budweiser's is for the realistic.
Budweiser. That's that dumbass Asian chef there. That Asiatic guy.
What a racist!
I was like, and that's all they talked about until the last 2 to 3 paragraphs where they actually talked about the topic that they published, which I thought was bullshit.
No, baby. This guy, he comes from our country, and he sits there and he shits on the handcrafted American rules. He is a racist. If he got one-on-one with Dusty Rhodes, he'd probably try to throw the ceremonial salt in my eyes.
Speaking of Dusty Rhodes, listen here, my baby, my friend. Listen. I don't even know I'm getting drunk. Listen here, Lee Russell. What is it with reckless eating? I know they're buddies, but what do they do with the dual Dusty while they're doing the gaming? They kind of infringing on our gimmick, baby. I don't like that.
No, they were doing Dusty. To be fair, they were doing Dusty before we was doing Dusty.
They were doing Dusty before we were doing Dusty.
They were doing Dusty a long time.
No, I don't believe you, baby. You need to come up with some proof here. Otherwise, I don't believe you.
Hey, can I ask you guys a quick question?
Yes, you can, classy Marvin Blassie.
I've been watching all you guys' reviews. I think maybe about 5 or 6 of you here do reviews.
Not much. I do all the reviews, baby. Every single one of them.
And I noticed.
No.
Chad is the only one that is kind of doing the reviews correct. Meaning that I see Roland and I see Lee and I see Ethan. I see all you guys. When you write upload your video and you put no description, you put your name before you put the title, you're not going to get that many hits. So meaning,
Whoa! I put descriptions in all of my videos.
Right. So Ethan does a better job. Chad does a good job.
And the only reason why I do that is because I care about what I put on my YouTube video.
Yeah, if you cared about what you put on your YouTube site, you would get rid of your mustache. What are you talking about, baby?
Hey, wait a minute. Ronald, Louisiana Beer Reviews always put information about the beer, the alcohol.
No, that's correct,
No, but you're putting it the wrong way. So what happens is that when the SEO starts...
Okay, hold on. Then tell us, Marvin, what is the right way?
Marvin Blassie, I think you're under the impression that if people care about the view, they just want to review beer, baby.
So,
like, Lee doesn't give a rat's ass about it. Lee's like, here's my shitty review, fuck off, everyone.
I just love that he's saying I do it right and I still get no views.
No. So what you do? So let's pick one of Ronald's videos. So
let's call him Roland. I think Roland's the way to go, baby.
He would. I'm picking one of your videos. So give me 1 second. Anybody, you guys just pick up a random video from you.
Schlitz times 7,000.
Right. What does the topic say? Louisiana Beer Review, correct?
Yeah, so what you're saying is put the name of the brew or name of the brewery first, because when people search for it, you're gonna get more hits. I understand it's gonna be higher.
That's not true. That's not. Oh, stop.
But they're just pissed off, baby.
That's not true.
Hang on, time out.
That's not how it works on YouTube. When you first start your channel, if you type in the exact title of what you put in, it still will not fucking come up. Because you haven't had the hits. The only thing that helps is people sharing your video. That's it.
Okay, so let me go back again. So Louisiana Beer Review. I didn't hear that one. So Louisiana Beer Review, take out that part, Ronald, and put it at the end. Put whatever you're reviewing first.
So, Marvin, like the title of the beer, then your channel, then
Correct.
whatever.
Whatever. So you have to put the title first of what you're doing. So when you
You
search,
like my reviews, buddy.
yes, I mean you guys do a good job review, and then you have to put some content inside the review. So what you need to do is, in the description, copy and paste what you see on their website. Just copy a paragraph from their website, even literally word for word.
Too much work.
Yeah, unless you don't
I'll-
want to, then don't.
I'll just add to what Marvin
Descriptions
said.
don't help. They don't help.
I'll just say that.
right now,
And
baby.
this is the thing. Is that one of the things that turns me off from other beer tuber videos is they don't put a description at all. It's just blank, and I don't know if that's just me
you
or
don't like my videos, right?
Oh, Ethan Flair's
No,
not
it's not that. It's
Ethan Flair's not cool with that, baby.
Nobody ever
watch
watches
your
my
shit that
videos
bad.
anymore.
because it makes it seem like you just don't care in a way. But I don't know. I mean, I try to at least put something there. That's all I'm saying.
So nobody ever watches my videos anymore.
Well,
Jeez.
here's the thing, Nick.
You gotta make videos, Nick.
And Chad, I love your videos.
Nick, when you review, when you review a fucking, when you upload a review like once every 2 months, baby, no one cares anymore. No one cares. You gotta be consistent. That's why Louisiana Beer Reviews over there, he's uploading like twice a day. You got Chad twice a day.
Consistency,
you got
too.
Ethan.
That's
Ethan,
another thing.
someone watches Ethan's channel. Who cares?
Fuck off.
Sorry.
Ethan,
Yeah,
at
who
least
cares?
once
Look
a
at this.
day.
Look at this, baby. Look at that. Who cares
Jordan
about that, baby?
he does like 5 a week, but he does them all at one time, so kind of like every day. Lee doesn't care. He's all about his podcast.
You don't get no shit.
Jordan, like once a day. Yeah,
I just sent a link in the chat. Use that link. That's a perfect example how to get your reviews up. I mean, it just takes 10 seconds more in doing it.
Yeah, but Marvin. Let me say this, Average Joe. I tried to cut it down to where I'm only doing one video per day.
Listen here, Jay. You do what you want to do, baby. No one can tell you what to do. You want to release 3 a day, do it. No one has to watch them all.
I felt that it was becoming too much. But
Hey.
But what I do is, Marvin, when I first started doing these videos, right? I would put something like you were saying, but it was almost like YouTube was switching it around on me without me even asking about it. It was just automatically putting Louisiana Beer Reviews at the beginning. So I said, well, and then they even sent me something where they were saying like they wanted me to have the name of it first.
No, don't put your, because it will serve.
I'm telling you what YouTube told me.
Well, that's maybe that might something got accidentally happened, because think about when you search even on YouTube today, not YouTube, when you search on Google or YouTube, you search, you're not searching Louisiana Beer Reviews. If I'm writing,
but Marvin, type in Schlitz on Google and see whose face is going to show up real fast.
I'm going to type in some Schlitz, baby. Here I go. Yeah, go Schlitz. Into Google, into YouTube, because I'm doing both.
I want to get to the bottom of this.
Do it on Yahoo.
I don't use Yahoo.
And this isn't like a
YouTube
side
has certain criteria, and description doesn't seem to be part of it.
Baby, I just typed in some Schlitz into YouTube, and who's the first fucking guy? It's Louisiana Beer Review Schlitz, baby, from 4 years ago. That's him. Then the third result, his Schlitz Gusto Classic 1960.
And then it's me right now.
Well, this is what I say, Marvin. I don't think it's good advice, and for people who actually want views and want hits, and are worried about that, great advice. But I think one thing you realize, George, goddammit, if you would think, no, if you look at the guys here, all these guys do it for fun. They do it for just to do it. They enjoy it. It's a hobby. They want to review beer. They want to share it with people. That's great. But I don't think any of them are looking to get fucking tons of hits, and I don't think they really care as much as like a normal beer tuber, or sorry, a normal YouTuber who has a channel who's looking to make money and they can have a big channel.
The man that never gets a review is committed. Get out of here, Average Joe.
I ask any of these guys if they really give a rat's ass about hits at the end of the day reviews.
If I really wanted hits, I wouldn't be reviewing beer.
Yeah, that's
I get way more hits.
He'd have a Justin Bieber channel.
What I would do,
Bobby Bassett, baby, Dr. Road is a good guy.
You gotta have, if you're gonna have beer, you gotta have tits and you have bongs, right?
yeah, I would,
He's pretty bong full of 20 has bongs.
I have tits.
No.
Here's the thing.
I would hire a service to make me get a lot of subscriptions. I know people that hire a subscription service. They pay a fee.
Here's the thing. Like
Hey, guys.
I appreciate Marvin's comments. But the thing to take into account is that this is beer reviewing on YouTube, and that is such a small portion of YouTube, and even the most popular people who do it the way that Marvin suggests get very few views, not a lot more compared to us, and they make no money at it.
The king has spoken, all bow to him. He's correct.
We're like a mite on the side of an ant's ass.
We're
on
like
the top of
YouTube,
an anthill
yeah.
in the
For
whole
YouTube
universe
Light,
of
kind of like
YouTube.
Bud Light, only it may be a little bit more.
I mean, truthfully, I'm not even monetized. I'm not allowed to be a partner. Like,
Well, look at you, baby. Of course you're not. Are you kidding me?
I
You're
know.
albino.
Who wants an albino, right? So, I mean, it comes down to that. I mean, I don't care, really. I'm doing something I find fun. You know what I care about more than the beer reviews? And I like the beer reviews, and I like the friends I've made with the beer reviews. I like the connections in the industry I've made with the beer reviews. That's all great. The beer festival is what I care about more.
Yeah,
You know what I care about?
We are all here.
Drinking beer.
Listen,
we're all here in this chat
Yes.
because we connected to each other.
One at a time.
Because we drink beer on YouTube.
Fuck you, Ethan.
Yeah, I agree. But look, sir, this is how I see it. I agree that you're not there to count views. However, would you agree to say that you're doing it in the hopes that, hey, some people get to learn something about what you have reviewed? Because you're doing it for that big. So you're not really, you might say to me, Marvin, I'm only doing it for myself. But really and truly, you're doing it for others to share your expression of this beer.
But at the end of the day, I pretty much come with one key thing, and that is fuck everybody. That's what I come up with.
Marvin,
don't listen to Joe.
The thing is like, yeah, we post these reviews for everybody else to watch, but at the end of the day, the only people that really watch these are people we know.
Marvin,
I consider it success if I get 20 views on a new review.
You gotta post more,
that's
baby.
good. That's good, man. 20 reviews is fucking good for me.
And there's probably
That's
Ethan
like,
just
wow.
refreshing the fucking thing.
You think you get back on things, right?
I have some videos. Wait, I have some videos that have over 10 or 12,000 views.
Yeah, Ron's the guy to ask.
Right? Because everyone wants to know what Budweiser tastes like, right? I mean, that's probably the
Well,
I think my most successful review is like 8,000 views on Budweiser Shot.
I'm saying there's so many people that Google that are on
it
YouTube.
actually is, and I think it's people that just want to troll you because if you don't have the same opinion as them. The big macro beers are the ones that get the best hits. I mean,
Yeah,
I have almost 3,000 subscribers. I get like 20 to 40 hits a video.
That or like giant craft breweries too, like Stone. Anything Stone I've reviewed, I've gotten over 100 views on my videos. I'm almost at 400 too.
Well, I get way more views on food reviews. I get like 200 a shot.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing, right? Like, I did that stupid Elgato test. I did that stupid Elgato test with the and just trying to get the microphone to work with the Mario Kart, where I couldn't even talk half the time, and it was just me playing the game. And it actually had more viewer reception and more views than most beer reviews.
Yeah, you see what? You see, because your voice didn't come through on that, that was probably more of a popular.
Yeah, that's why I figured
All right,
that.
okay, I just sent you a link, guys, a link. I did that review. I wrote this little program. I uploaded to YouTube, and I had 93,000 viewers. I don't care about the money. The money's not irrelevant to me.
You're making some good money though, baby. Off
In
of
this
that.
game, yeah.
He's rich, baby.
No, so but my thing was that I enjoyed doing it, and a lot of people ask questions, and I replied to them. You know, so that's where I get it
That's
from.
the problem. You see, you're not supposed to reply. You're just supposed to say cheers, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're doing it all wrong, baby.
I think Lee said it best. He appreciates the information, and I wouldn't argue that what you're saying is not incorrect because I think it is. I think it's correct for.
Oh no, I mean
for the most part. But at the end of the day,
I think it's
yeah, I think at the end of the day,
Like whoever was in here first, like Greg's beer review is probably up like fucking 8 years ago on YouTube. That's why he's got the subscription to this.
Greg's beer reviews is actually a fairly new one. He's probably about as old as most of us.
No one cares. Let's stop talking about him. He's done. No one cares.
Unless you're promoting his channel right now.
My channel's got about 400,000 views total on it, and I've made $100 once on monetization.
You're a fucking
and
superstar.
I might make $100 more by the end of the year, but it's not something that I would consider making a lot of money on at this point.
I mean, you're
every day.
We're doing YouTube. Here's the things that do the best. The guys that do parody channels, the guys that do food channels, the guys that do news channels and news and blogs.
Those cool
and
information
comedy.
videos like Vsauce or something.
Yeah, those are the ones that do the best. If you want to do YouTube for a career, those are what it is. If you want to do YouTube for what we're doing it for, I mean,
we're preaching to such a niche audience. So
our niche audience is 6 people. So I don't think any of them.
There's 10 people in the chat right now.
Okay,
most of the people that watch beer reviews on YouTube also do beer reviews.
Here's an interesting thing, Marvin. What you're talking about. Actually, the biggest beer reviewer I would say is Beer Geek Nation. Right? He has the most subs. The most well known, right? He does it the right way. He puts the beer name first. He puts the brewery first. Then he puts his Beer Geek Nation stuff afterwards. He does post, a little bit of snippet about everything.
We're like the minnows.
And despite the thing I was saying,
dresses like a hipster.
He's also in a very very good demographic area for beer reviewing. California,
he does his 3-minute videos. They're to the spot on, to the point, all this stuff. He's been around for 4 years and he has 30,000 subs.
He has access to get the best too.
But even so, I'm saying 4 years, 30,000 subs is not a lot when you're trying to get the viewers.
Yes.
You're trying to get those viewers.
Really true, yeah.
That just shows you how much of a niche market this is. Like
you see other channels out there that have millions of friggin' subscribers. I mean, you're not talking about views. I love to have that many views, but like subscribers, millions. It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's like nobody in beer.
You know what? Hold on there. Before you go, Chad. Most people, what you guys think you must do is
cheers all around.
You upload a video and say, okay, let the droves from everybody's going to watch my video. It takes work. So if you're going to upload a video, you need to not just post it on your Facebook. You need to go to forums. You need to go write a blog. I mean, you work your video. I mean, why is it so? I am assuming that 90% of these YouTube videos that are uploaded for beer reviews are not being worked. They are guys that just do it for the fun of it and just post it. If you want to have good videos and you want to have them viewed a lot, you work at it. I mean, when you see people have, 1 million subscribers, they worked on each video. They uploaded it to Facebook. They share against their friends. They went to a blog and uploaded it on this beer blog. They went to this forum and uploaded it to this forum.
Marvin.
Classic Marvin Blaster. Let Jay speak. I mean, Roland. I mean, Robin.
Let me say this. I understand what you're saying, but the point that I think the counterpoint, not the point, the counterpoint is that we don't want to work it. We don't necessarily want that many subscribers. We don't want that many views. We don't want to get on. We don't want to get on the internet and say, "I've got 12,000 subscribers." We're not going to pay. We could pay a service. Most of those guys with 10, 12, 30,000 subscribers pay a service to pull a crowd. I am not going to pay to pull a crowd.
I agree. Here's a great example.
It's all because they monetize their fucking channel.
Here's the thing, right? You have two things. First off, we are such a niche community that the ASMR, like the ASRM or the ASMR, whatever it is, those guys get more views.
That's the shit. I like ASMR. You can't really beat it.
Autonomic sensory.
Guys are gonna take it.
Those people get 30, 40, 50, 60, 70,000 views easy. Beer, 20 to 100. I mean, we're a niche market more so than most niche markets. I mean, whatever that fucking sensory thing. They are a niche market.
Let's give a good example. Let's go to give an example for Ronald. You know what I would do if I was Ronald and I wanted to increase my views from 2 million or 1 million viewers? I would go call a local radio, not local radio station, a local TV stations and say, hey, I'm from Louisiana, I'm from your community, and I do beer reviews. Here is all my content. Put me on your morning show for 5 minutes just to talk about beer reviews, and it's free. You just call, send a letter to them, and hopefully they invite you on to their morning show.
I would wind up on ABC Nightline, and then I would quit my channel like Joe did in San Diego with Proper Hops. He was on ABC Nightline.
Hops.
He was on ABC Nightline, and then he quit.
He was an idiot.
You have that other problem too, right? With what you're saying is now beer has become so much like wine that if you're not a beer judge or you're not a cicerone or you're not this or you're not that, nobody takes you seriously anyway in the mainstream media. They want to hear those titles. Well,
the thing, look at any of the big beer reviewers like Greg's Beer Reviews, Master of Hoppets, Beer Geek Nations, Chad's Beer Reviews. Well, they only have like 1,000 views per channel. It's about quantity almost.
Yeah, in a lot of respects, I'd agree with that. I think Marvin, what we're having, I guess, a difference of opinion is that I think it's hard for a lot of the outside. If you just bring in a random person, they're thinking, well, why the fuck are you doing reviews on YouTube and why are you posting videos? And that takes effort. That's what I say. A lot of people can't comprehend that you like to sit there, dissect a beer, record it for 8 to 10 minutes, and then upload it. But at the end of the day, that's just what a lot of us like to do. Not me, because I don't have a channel. But the rest of you guys, you like to take a beer you just got, you like to drink it, give your thoughts on camera, and a lot of you just straight upload it to your channel. You don't do crazy jump cuts, you don't do crazy editing. It doesn't take a lot of effort. I mean, if you look at Ethan's channel, that is the perfect example of someone who doesn't give a shit ever. But seriously,
amen, brother.
But if you seriously look at it, it's just like you just want to say, hey, man, I picked up this beer, I drank it, here's my opinions. And if you so happen to get 5 or 10 people replying, awesome. But no one's going to go to the extent of contacting the local place or going to Facebook and all these all the social media sites and going nuts.
Right? We all keep saying that this is a niche market and that's just it. Nobody's doing that stuff. Nobody's working it because you know what? We're not making money on it. We're not Ray William Johnson. We're not anybody like that. Here's the thing. I have a full-time job. I have 2 kids. I have a beer festival. I have this. Every once in a while I brew at a brewery. I do interviews at breweries. I have so much stuff. I'm not making money on this. I can't make money on this. Nobody can. And anybody that says they make money on BeerTube is lying to you. They might make money with brewing and stuff outside of BeerTube, but anybody that says they make money on BeerTube is lying to you. And it comes down to that. If you can't make money, you're not going to sit here and work it all the time because you have other things to do.
But I think there's an audience to make money. If I had the wherewithal in terms of...
BeerTube has been around for over 10 years. Nobody's made money in those 10 years.
I thought, man, like...
I made $100
I thought the same thing. I thought the same thing as Marvin. Like, I love beer, and I didn't like macro lager so much, so I really like to explore different styles of beer. And I really like wine too, but I thought there was millions of people out there that like it, but there's not like the amount of people that give a fuck like I thought there was. They're just I like it. Everyone here likes it, but there's a lot of people
like it, but they're not going to go out of their way to search it on YouTube because they don't care. They're just going to pick up what they want.
They don't care.
When I go to YouTube, I search the most random things. Hey, I want to know how does this feed?
Tentacle porn.
That's old school.
We gotta wait for Paul for that.
Tentacle porn.
I'm just gonna say real quick. I like having conversations about this because it kind of like helps everybody build their channels in a better way by just having conversations. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay, let me say 2 things before I get off because I'm tired.
It's filtered.
I've heard that sentence so many times.
My top 4 beers reviews. The top 4 beer reviews I've done, and it was not planned this way. I just made them. Pabst Blue Ribbon, 14,000 views. Blue Moon Belgian White, 13,000 views. Budweiser, 12,440 reviews. And George Killian's Irish Red, 11,205. So.
Okay, I have 3 uploads, 3 in my life on YouTube. One video, 93,000 views.
But it's not on beer, is it?
Yeah, what's the topic?
It's about me writing a program on a microcontroller.
Ah.
But I am saying to you is that's 93,000 people. If you Google, there are tons of people. But what I'm saying to you is that it is possible. There are millions of people in America and the world that drink beer. There are, without question.
There are millions of people in America that
They're
drink
just
beer.
not on YouTube looking for a review.
There's millions of people. There's millions of people that love beer in Canada. You know what? This man right here has written 3 books. You know how much money he's made off of it? Nothing. This lady right here. This lady right here is the only master cicerone in Canada, and she's the only master cicerone in the world that's a female. She's written 3 books. You know how many people care? Nobody. Why? Because it's beer.
Boom, preach it, Chad, preach it.
A good IT person is not a good customer service person. So, don't mix the two. So you could be a good beer reviewer and you're not a good self-promoter. The person that can promote themselves well is usually don't know anything about what the
Marvin, are you trying to sell us a product on this?
No. What I'm trying to do is that I think that you guys can take it to the next level. I think that there are 2 or 3 of you guys here, or 4 of you here.
What the hell? I'm starting to get a little frustrated now, honestly. What the hell do I have to say that we'll get through? I've been doing this since fucking BeerTube has started. I have seen people who have self-promoted themselves in the way you have suggested, and they have not done any better than me by any real degree. And most of them have fallen by the wayside and gone away. It is a niche market. It is one that has no real upward mobility. I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is. I've seen everyone come and go for 7 years now in BeerTube. I have tried to play the game, and it has gotten me nowhere, and I really don't care anymore. It will work for some things. It'll work for, say, if you're doing video game reviews or if you're Let's Plays or whatever on YouTube, or if you're on a real popular thing on YouTube that everyone's hitting off on. But for beer reviewers, there's no way you're going to make money, even if you do it full-time. Even if you promote yourself full-time, you're not going to make money, you're not going to get lots of views. It's just the way it is. I'm sorry, that's the bottom line. I know you're trying to be helpful, but that is the bottom line. I have seen everybody come and go for 7 years, and that is the way it is. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, there's been two people in the beer world that have made it huge. And that was Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
And right now, Stephen Beaumont's the only one alive that's still doing it. And Oliver from Brooklyn would be arguably the next one, Garrett Oliver.
Like I said, if you want to look at actual YouTube channels that have made it or have done well, Beer Geek Nation, he has 30,000 subs, he has a lot of views, and he's done exactly what Marvin has said.
And he is the top.
And he's the top. He is the guy. And it's taken him 4 years. 4 years to get to 30,000 subs. Whereas
and he actually he's interviewed the guys from Stone. He's he's huge on that. Ryan Rashawn there has brewed with the guys from Stone. What's his viewership?
Yeah. And the second guy would be Greg. And to be honest with you, Greg is probably the best self-promoter or the guy that does the most in terms of putting his name out there. And he has 17,000 subs. About
and he bought most of his subs.
I would say 75% don't even exist. So it's one of those things where, and it's like I said earlier, it's a market where the majority of people who do it don't do it for reasons that other YouTubers do whatever they're doing on YouTube. They do it because they like. It's almost like going to Beer Advocate or Rate Beer, and instead of writing a review, instead you fucking pop in front of a camera and spend your 5 to 10 minutes, and you give a verbal review in front of a camera, and then you upload it. And if people check it out, cool. If they don't, no biggie. Move on to the next one.
And here's another thing: what is the point? What is the point of having 30,000 subscribers when 90% of the people that subscribe to your channel don't actually watch your videos? What's the point of that?
Amen.
Yes. I'd rather have 50 subs that all watch my videos and that I'm friends with or that I communicate with on a regular basis than having 10,000 where 95% of them don't matter. It's one of those things where it's all about I don't know. prestige and ego.
Well,
and
like I
how-
said, I have some wrestling videos up too. I have wrestling videos. I have a few gaming videos. I have a few music videos from my band and all that. Those all get 10,000 times the views that this stuff does. Does that bother me? No, because you know what? I do this because I enjoy it. I've made a lot of friends in the industry. I've made a lot of friends outside of it. It's a great thing for that.
Like, I do understand what Marvin's saying, though. Like,
oh no, I understand.
I would think like, oh yeah, people would care about beer, but it saved humanity, man. Like, if it wasn't for this, we'd all probably be fucking dead.
Yeah,
but you know, we wouldn't exist. But I mean, people don't fucking care, and it blows my mind, just like it's blowing your mind and everyone else's mind.
Yeah,
no one gives.
I'm listening to what you guys are saying, and I appreciate it. But I'm just saying to myself, somebody that drinks beer doesn't like YouTube, doesn't go on YouTube the way that I like food, and I'm like, hey, how does this taste? I'm gonna Google it. How does this beer taste? Let me Google it. Or is beer such an impulsive thing where you don't require anybody to say, hey, what do you think of this beer? You know?
Hey,
look at it like this. Look at it like this. Jay, I'll ask you because you're the resident expert on this. How many people drink Budweiser every year? How many cases do they sell? Like, give me some kind of number.
Oh, it's astronomical. You know, just in the United States, it's probably it's 16 million barrels.
Okay, and how many views did you have on your Budweiser video?
12,000.
If you added all the fucking YouTube videos, how many do you think people had? Maybe 100 grand? When you're talking about tens of millions of people buying it, it's like, what, 1%, 2% of the population who drinks Budweiser, and a lot of those views could be repeat views, whatever.
Yeah, it's a negligible...
It is. It's one of those things where, you know what, it is, Ethan brought this up earlier, but the whole Super Bowl commercial, right? If you want to look at it, when they said the whole beer's not to be meant to be fuss over, you know who agrees with that? About 95% of the fucking population who drinks beer. They don't care about YouTube. Not many regular people are just like, hey, man, I'm just going to hop on YouTube and be like, oh, who thinks...
Did you hear what Joe said about this? Oh, wait, no, that's right. Joe doesn't make video.
Listen here, Ethan, neither do you, at least from what I can tell. No, but seriously, that's the thing. It's like a lot of people don't go on YouTube to search out beer reviews. Why? Because it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. But people go and sit there and watch people play video games for 2 hours because it's entertaining.
Yeah, that
beer, in a lot of respects, isn't entertaining to people. It's just an opinion.
Or if I say something. Okay, total changes subject, but I've got still a Alley Cat barley wine that I'm wanting to send to somebody who wants it.
I'll
Probably
trade
from
you
Canada. So you don't pay an astronomical amount on shipping.
Where do you live
make
anyway?
a trade.
Where do you live?
I live like northern Alberta, where like the craft beer scene is zip.
Go find Brad. Hop on his guns. He'll jump you over Chad's place in no time.
Yeah.
Okay, just so everybody knows, don't get Lowenbrow Radler. Do not get Lowenbrow.
10 out of 10.
Get Lowenbrow Triumphanator. Get the Triumphanator.
Awesome beer, Rickards Radler. Not awesome beer.
Surprising. It's surprising.
I like Lowenbrow.
Which people in this chat have ever drank Lowenbrow Triumphanator?
Nope.
Nope.
That's what I want to drink. I want
This is extra light beer and natural lemon flavor, and it is brewed here in Toronto by Labatt. It smells kind of like a skunk, like not like skunk, but that almost burning scent that comes out when you get sprayed.
Yeah, man. The onions, the burnt onions.
The worst.
Because yeah, like burnt onions, and then it tastes. You get that like. Again, it's a lemon one, but you get that like fake. You get that fake lemon cordial almost in there, and then you just get
lemon
this.
Cordial.
Well, yeah, I know it's lime cordial, but fuck it, it's lemon this time. Okay, fuck you.
Yeah, the only skunk I enjoyed was that Kingfisher. It's like a fresh skunk out of pee-pee.
You know, the more sips you take, it's not as gross tasting, but when you've drank a good Radler all night, it's not as good. But it shouldn't be clear. First off, second off, it is the right ABV. The smell is bad. The taste was bad that first sip, but the second and third sip wasn't as bad. All in all, yeah.
Has anybody else tried the Amstel Rattler?
No.
I saw it, but I didn't buy it.
It was really good. Amstel Rattler. It was really good. The thing, Marvin. The final thing I'm going to say, Marvin, is that I don't even know if it would be nice if my channel grew and got huge, because it takes a lot of time to answer all the comments that I get every day. I appreciate all the people's comments, and I always try to give them a good response. Secondly, when I started my channel in November of 2010, I never said, oh, let me start this channel. It's going to be real big and I'll be famous. I just did it because I wanted to talk to other people about beers and different styles and all that, and just have a good time with it. So
it just came with the fun.
Yeah, so I'm not one of these growth potential people.
Yeah, and Ron's channel's pretty big.
And the bottom line is, if you were one of those growth potential people, it wouldn't matter because you make beer reviews on YouTube.
If anybody's wondering what I'm drinking tonight,
well,
sorry, I'm not trying to insult anyone. I'm not trying to get into some big argument. And I'm not
open debate.
You know you are. I'm
not mad. I'm not. But it is frustrating to hear that black is white, water is sand, pussy isn't fantastic. You know, that's essentially the argument that's being given to me when I know the actual truth.
You know, there were a few people that came into this thinking they would get big and famous, and they're gone now.
Know who they are?
Well, they do super secret.
Oh, what's that guy? The beer addict.
One of them shares a name with me.
Chad.
Yeah, he does a lot of super secret beer reviews, baby. They are the most secret beer reviews ever.
9946.
That guy was so insulting to me,
insulting to a lot of people.
Yeah, to the general public, baby.
He did everything wrong. He got banned from Beer Advocate. Tried to spam their website, and he was furious because Beer Advocate banned him. But he did it to himself, and I knew it was going to happen, and I'm just not going to get up here and hawk T-shirts and bottle openers.
Yeah, Chad.
Beg people to subscribe, and I don't care. I just don't care, Marvin. I appreciate what you're saying, but I really just don't care.
He simply doesn't give a rat's ass, baby.
Before you guys leave, I want you guys to take it in the right way. I mean you well when I say that your efforts, I don't want your efforts to go unwasted. So I'm trying to suggest things to make your efforts be more worthwhile.
I agree with Marvin, man. I totally see what he's saying and why he's saying it. I think everybody probably thought that way. But like Lee says, I mean, listen to the guys who fucking been there. I mean, seriously.
I didn't think that. I'll be doing this for it'll be 4 years this month. 4 years on the 27th that I've been doing this, and I haven't gotten really anywhere with this. So.
Who's saying that? Who's talking right now?
Me.
Nick?
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing beer reviewing for 4 years almost now.
Okay,
next Monday.
Here's what you said wrong. You just said it hasn't gone you anywhere. Did you make some good friends out of it? Did you have some good times? Try some good beer?
What I'm trying to say is that.
Yeah, what the hell, Nick?
Yeah, fuck off. What I'm trying to say is I never made it. I made $100 once. It was out of the blue, but yeah, man, it's taken me some interesting places. Like going up to the fest last year to Chad's was fucking awesome. That is why I'm going back this year, man. That's why I'm going
at the Albino Rhino
next
Beer
week
Festival.
today. What?
Yeah, Dick. Maxwell Starr's beer reviews. That was one of the greatest ones I ever watched. I was so fascinated by those and that yellow stove and everything. So
See, Nick,
I miss that stove.
He's referring to your video within the past tense.
Joe, for your fucking information, I uploaded one today.
Oh, you did?
Nobody's watching. I like 2 hits
baby.
on it.
Just because Joe made his little comment about, yeah, I'm not hawking things, Chad. First off, every one of these that has ever gone out has been given away. I have not sold one of them. And the shirts are sold for 2 cents more than they're worth to me.
Well, you're making a profit, baby. You are a bad person.
I've never made a profit on them yet. You have to make over $100 before they send you anything.
How much
You
is
better
the
get going.
shirts, Chad?
Pardon?
How much are the shirts anyway?
I don't even know, man. I haven't been on my Spreadshirt thing in a while. I bought a bunch for myself, and I bought a bunch for other people. And a bunch of viewers bought them. I think they're like $5 or $6. I don't even fucking know.
Classy, Marvin,
I
classy.
watch everybody's reviews. I have watched
$6. I'd buy one.
for almost 5 years now. I have watched Chad, Berserker, Ethan. I've watched Lee, of course. Guy, Maxwell Star. Now, of course, I've started watching Drinking Under the Influence. I've watched everything.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you. I do a great job, Jay Terrio.
Huh?
I can vouch for that, man. Like for the first year and a half, I got 2 hits per video, and I'm pretty sure they were both Ron.
I almost always
I
comment.
can say the same thing. When I first started doing beer reviews, I think one of the first people that started commenting on my reviews was Jay. And you know what, man? I really appreciate that, man. You've been watching my stuff for how
See,
long?
I watch a lot of
4
videos,
years
but
almost.
I'm a silent stalker. I'll watch them, and then unless I have something to say, I just walk away.
Well,
like a silent but deadly
I always comment because I feel like I should show respect.
You always make a mistake when you least expect.
Now, there's a handful of people I never comment on because they are so rude and they never respond, or if they do respond, you wish they would not have. And so there's a little handful I never comment because I know what's going to happen, and it's not.
That right there is why he has stopped commenting on my videos.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Chad. You know what Jay thinks about you now.
Ronald, I gotta say, I appreciate your comments every time, man. Always insightful. Saying all y'all guys who comment on my stuff.
Oh, for sure.
Now, look, a lot of times the comments I leave aren't that great because I don't know what to say. Like, I'll say, oh, that was a really good beer to me. I really liked it. Or I scored that an A-. But I don't know what else to say. I don't want to just say, oh, well, I drank that beer and I thought that the malt profile was so heavy relative to the hop. I don't do all that. I just say, oh, that was really good,
Or you say, I think they did a good job with it.
Oh, yeah, I say that a lot. I think they did a good job with that beer. But I do believe it when I say it. I do think, I don't know.
disagree, Jay Terrio. I don't disagree. I think you're being honest, baby.
I am telling the truth.
Honesty's not what we like here.
Marvin, I assume the only guy who's gonna put your little plan together will be Ethan, because he is a superstar in his own mind, baby. So at some point, he's gonna have everything working properly. He's probably gonna have at least, I don't know, a couple 100,000 subs in the next 6 months.
I'm getting off of this for the night because I'm tired. I've been up since 3:30 in the morning. But I'll say this.
Have a good night, bud.
Okay.
Take it easy, rolling Terrio, baby.
I was gonna say something. Go
He's
ahead.
trying to say something, and you're all fucking being assholes.
We're saying see you later. That's what we're saying bye. And that ruling
That's what he has to say.
Shut up, Dusty Rose.
Silence.
Give you hard times.
I was leading up to my final comment, but I was so terribly interrupted. No, what I'm trying to say in the most concise and yet long and drawn-out manner is that when I did this video review thing, which has been so much fun, except for some little problems that developed with certain individuals, but not to go into that. But
Fuck Dave.
Anyway.
But man, I had so much fun. I got to drive to Florida and do beer reviews on site with another reviewer. I got to have people come stay out here with me. We went around New Orleans doing beer reviews together. I got to do these online chats with people where we do those little beer and BS things and all, with other groups. That's the best part about it. I don't care about making money or any of that, any of those things. And then I've got some beer reviewers that do stuff with me coming down next month to hang out with me. So that's the best part. That's the only thing that matters to me,
Yeah, that's fine. Nothing wrong with that, Roland.
Ronald, but Roland is a nice, cute
You
nickname.
keep on rolling.
I think.
The last time you and I spoke, you said, Marvin, I have no problem in you calling me Roland. I like Roland.
He has like 5 names already, baby.
You see, I think Marvin's picking up on the trolling nature of this chat now.
Roland.
I'm not that far from Jamaica, though.
Pardon me?
No, I was saying I'm not that far from Jamaica.
You know what you should seriously do, Jay? Here's an idea for you, because I know you probably take this, even though you don't like fruit beers. I would like to see you do the Natty Daddy comparison. How about you do like a lemon shandy comparison? Get the Shock Top lemon shandy, get the Lion and Kugel's lemon shandy, and get some random lemon shandy, and do a comparison. I'd like to see that.
Those are the hardest videos to do, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Do it, baby. I want to torture you, Jay Terry.
Yeah, no, listen there, Jay Terry. You just put on yourself a Hawaiian shirt. You get yourself a good Hawaiian shirt, so you'll be festive in the mood. You'll be in the season there. You just put that Hawaiian shirt on. You sit back and you put them shandies down, baby. You just talk about the shandies and tell how much they are the sweet shandies.
Bring in your daughter. I'm sure your daughter enjoys all of them. Where you sit there and go, yeah, and they're not that good. And your daughter's like, yeah, 9 out of 10.
Yeah, they're the sweet shandies. This is good. That's good.
That's basically every video we've ever done.
Yeah, pretty much. You're like, oh, I don't know if they did a good job with this. You're like, yeah, they did a good job with it. They did.
Yeah.
That is
I
the
gotta
truth.
say, Lee, your Louisiana accent kind of seems like a blackface kind of thing.
Yeah, you're bringing some racism in here, Jordan. What are you doing, baby? You're still on the air.
It was supposed to be Dusty Rose, not Louisiana. I don't know what you're talking about.
We're changing the subject.
Ethan, you do not control this chat, baby.
I'm so impossible.
Sorry,
to
I'm sorry.
control. All right. Well, thanks, and have a great night, everyone.
All right, then, Ronald.
You have a good night there,
Bonne
Jay.
soirée, Uncle Jay.
Prost.
Prostate.
Au revoir.
Prost, baby.
Slangeva.
Good night, with Jay taking off, try to get Winters coming. He's been trying to
Au
get
revoir,
him
mes amis.
for a long
All
time.
right. I think I'm gonna fuck off as well, guys. I'll see you guys next week there at the Chads. So
Penis.
Alrighty. If you snore enough to wake me up, I'm gonna kick you.
I really hope there's no fucking penis there.
There's lots of
I'm
people.
looking
I'm not
at
into
fucking
the
you,
Guinness.
G.
I'm not sure.
Guinness is good.
We're gonna
Guinness is good for you. Penis? No. No penis. Guinness? Yes. Penis? No.
There's
I believe you.
going to be at least 4 pieces here on the first night.
Oh, God.
Nicholas, I believe you.
Don't even do
No, you better not leave, Ethan.
Matthew,
All right.
penis review.
Hey, listen here, Nicholas, you will be the first ever.
I'll see you guys.
Massive penis reviews.
Nicholas, you will be the first ever.
You've got to mute his damn stream.
Nicholas, you will be the first ever entry into the Labatt Blue Light Shandy Gauntlet, baby. We're gonna set that up for you.
I'm waving them with both hands.
Oh, God. Listen to Guy over here cackling like a goddamn fool.
Is it like Rickers Radler and Labatt?
I have no idea because I have not paid money for it because I feel kind of thick even trying to do anything.
While we are here, does everybody want to see my birthday present I bought for myself that I'm keeping away from my wife right now?
Oh,
Yes!
now
You can
definitely
stick around for
signing
this.
off.
All right, see you later,
That's
Nick.
that flashlight.
Bye, Nick.
I'm sticking around to see what he's got for a birthday present here.
Okay, I bought this. It came in the mail today. It's
Please don't show us your pants, baby. I don't want to see this.
it's not.
Or your underwear.
It's not. It's not.
You
fully
keep that
assembled
above
yet.
the waist, baby. You keep that right above the waist.
It's not fully assembled yet. She won't see it until after the festival. I'm
Did
hoping.
you just tell us this shit when you have?
You're
No, no,
live right now.
This
Just one of them sex
Didn't
swings.
even tell the wife. What's the
What light?
You put above the bed, sex swing.
Black
Is
dildo.
that what that is?
I don't know.
Oh, it's a kegerator?
It's a kegerator.
It's a kegerator, fuckers.
Oh, what? I know you're blind and all, but this is some damn.
Do you have the kegerator for the fest, or are you gonna have that ready for next week?
Yep.
Sweet.
So you can have a keg of Bud Light in there, baby.
That's okay. Just tell her it's a freaking water fountain.
Fucking A.
Well, it's now been confirmed you're going to be drunk off your ass, Nick.
Oh, fuck yeah.
No, I actually took Monday, Tuesday switched around so I can get drunk with Chad on his birthday.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's almost assembled. All the other pieces are right here on the floor. I just got to fill up the tank.
Yeah, I'm there till Monday, so yeah, this would be fucking.
You'll be partially shit-faced. I'll be fully shit-faced, which
Well, we'll see about that. All right, I'm fucking off.
Alrighty.
All right,
Bye.
Fuck off.
Here, easy, Nick.
Peace!
see about those titties. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Huh?
All right, winter's coming. Get in here. Now's your time. You got the
Someone
sweet
out.
spot, baby.
Paul's not gonna come in here. and
Some
see
game.
the spot, baby.
Do you know it?
Hello, Matthew.
What's going on?
There's a lot of stuff going on.
Oh shit!
What are you drinking, Matthew?
That's your.
Yeah, let's do a round of what everybody's drinking, baby.
I'm triple fist, actually quadruple fisting tonight. 'Cause I'm being a fucking asshole. Kulenbach Icebach, which I'm a big fan of. This crappy double IPA from fucking whatever the fuck it is, the Old Dominion. Some barrel-aged Imperial Stout from a local place in City.
Oh, that's Fagley, baby. I'm getting one of those. DJ said I want to be them. I cannot wait.
I was going to bring some up for you guys because I think you'd enjoy it. And a beer that was absolutely delicious. Central Waters Bourbon Barrel-Aged Barley Wine. That is tasty shit.
Well, here's what I'm on.
Nice.
Right now, I am still trying to put back the Lowenbrow Radler, which
Why?
I should not have even because I put it in
Why?
my cup.
Good question.
I thought. Well, see, the Rickards Radler is actually really good, so I thought, how bad can this be? And then I read after I poured it that it's brewed in Labatt here in Toronto, and it was
Oh,
Anyway,
yeah.
so and then once I get that down, one of the beers that won an award last week, Lot 9 from Creemore Springs.
You had one before?
None of that is impressive whatsoever. Just be honest with you.
Creamer, I like cream.
But
What
this
kind
is
of beer is that supposed to be?
It's a traditional Pilsner at 4.7% alcohol.
Creedmoor Springs already makes a Pilsner.
Yeah, but this was a traditional Pilsner.
Oh, it's
Fuck
traditional.
off, man.
From Molson. Oh, it's traditional. Okay.
Traditionally shit, baby.
So they don't.
The back of this says, this Golden Pilsner is inspired and traditionally crafted to honor the founders of Creemore, determined folks who transformed a rugged patch of land called Lot 9 into thriving wheat fields.
And then they
So
sold out.
Roll up your sleeves and raise a glass to an honest day's hard work.
When they eventually sold out to Molson like a bunch of whores, yeah.
On one hand, you have the stone-like description on a stupid Creemore can. On the other hand, you have Winter's Coming, who came in for the first time, and we didn't say anything to him. So hello, Winter's
What's
Coming.
going on, guys?
Whoa!
Hello, Mr. Brandon.
Does anybody think like the longer description, the more it's like, hey, look over here, pop right in your face, like it's like kind of like distracting you. Like, I'll just talk about this a lot, and then you'll like it better.
So, this is like your red with lemon added to it.
I'm drinking Stone's Ruination version 2.0, and yeah, they got a little bit of spiel back
Like
here,
your
right? Of
IPA
course
is-
they do, fuckers.
Like your IPA is full of hype and.
I'm drinking Great Lakes Nosflorak 2, 6 months past the Best Buy date, and it is delightful.
How much did you pay for those 4-packs?
Oh, let me, I only paid $3. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Fucking stupid.
Well, I was at my work, and my boss, he was like, all these beers are out of date, and he had one box full of Oktoberfest from Sam Adams. And I don't know what the other one was. I can't remember exactly. And then I saw the other box, and it had a bunch of 4-packs of Nosferatu, and he's like, oh, yeah, we're going to be throwing it out here in the next couple weeks. And I'm like, well, how much do you want for him? He's like, well, how much will you give? I'm like, well, I'll give you like $6 for 2 4-packs.
Why didn't you say you give them like 50 cents? What kind of shit is that? They're throwing them out.
No,
he's not gonna take that.
the Sam Adams won the Oktoberfest Dusty Roads Invitational in fucking Millville, Pennsylvania.
That's right, baby. Samuel Adams, Oktoberfest,
I do
745 with the winner.
I
The
do.
winner,
even
what
that.
exactly? No one knows. It did not beat
I do
the best. I don't know. I don't even know how to. It was the best though. Sam Adams Oktoberfest was the best.
No, it wasn't the best. It wasn't the worst.
Yeah. Like
That was the only qualifier.
If we were like, who wins? Sam Adams? Yes. Like what did they win exactly? I don't know. Not being the rest of those beers. I don't know.
Hey,
So bad.
you guys had Sam Adams Utopias?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I drink it every night before bed.
I did both a horrible review and a fresh review. Both. The first one was horrible. I got low scores and some down. And the last one was fresh. It was good. Okay-ish.
I don't think he's talking about the same beer, baby.
Is that the
It's
one?
not worth the $300.
It's $150 retail. It's not
That's when it's on
$300.
sale.
It's $300 in the U.S. It's like what,
Yeah,
140 in Canada, in Ontario at least.
Yeah, because you guys actually pay the retail value, where everyone here is like 150. Nah, it's about 280. It's like, what? No, it's not. It shouldn't be ever. If you can get a pour of it,
It's worth the experience.
We
it's
also
worth a pour of it.
Forget free healthcare. Fuck you.
But you have to look at
Yeah,
it like
Joe.
like a fine liquor. You don't want to look at it like a beer. It's a cognac in
So
a
because
bottle.
let me get
Winter's
this right.
coming.
You get free healthcare, so that means you can spend $300 on the Utopia. I don't know. How's that work?
No, it doesn't work like that, man.
Okay,
It's covered over Obamacare. Obamacare covers that. Utopias.
It'd be interesting if it did.
We
Fucking right, Obamacare.
cover utopias in our yeah.
Anyway,
Worst Obama impression ever.
Have you tried this Winter is Coming?
I had it last night, actually.
What did you think of it?
It's pretty meh.
What did you think of the smell? Because I haven't tried it yet, but this smell is very much turning me off.
Yeah. More of a fan of like Steam Whistle or the original Creedmoor Pilsner.
This kind of smells like horse blanket.
Go for it.
So it's got the Belgian influence.
Is that a farmhouse ale? What is that? Oh, it's a Pilsner? Oops.
I think they like put some hay in it on accident, and
That's a traditional Belgian Trappist saison right there. What that
I mean,
is.
I can't say it looks bad. I mean, it looks good in the Super Thistle.
It looks like a fucking glass full urine. It looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Is it proper glassware?
No, it says cheers.
Oh, it looks awesome.
Me and Chad are twinsies right now.
Oh my god. This is the craziest shit I've ever seen.
Oh, wait, let me get my martini glass. Hold on, let me pour my Session IPA in there.
I don't have a martini glass. I have a Super Thistle, motherfucker.
Why would you compare martini to bombs?
Is that the Rattler?
Oh man, don't be saying Super Thistle around me, baby.
We cannot say the word thistle.
420,
What does that mean?
We cannot say the T's. We cannot say them.
You know what?
It doesn't work.
Jay, I like you and all, but you would love this beer. I don't.
That's such an insult to one Roland Terrio, baby.
I'm not trying to insult him. I'm being honest. I think he would love it. It has that nice sweetness up at the forefront, a little bit of like a butterscotch almost. Then it has that like earthy graininess, and then nothing.
Chappy roll and be hating.
I'm not hating. If I was hating, I'd say fuck him.
I'd be rolling.
Yeah, you probably would
be hating.
Fucking Chad is a real life Luigi.
He's saying Terrio is white and dirty.
So what's up with the audio with this? I'm hearing like 5 conversations going on at once.
Do you have 2 windows open?
You need to get acclimated to that, sir, because that's the way things happen around here.
Yeah, everybody
It's
just
always like this?
does whatever.
It's always like this. It's always a shit show.
Welcome to the real life Matrix.
I'm just hearing like layers and layers of conversations.
Oh, you have YouTube open.
Yeah, you probably
have 2 windows, sorry.
YouTubers.
Yeah.
And Brazers. Turn off Brazers.
Yeah, turn
I
that
like
off.
watching myself talk here on YouTube.
There we go.
Oh, my husband is away on work.
Cake fart? What do you mean? Yeah, fuck yeah.
What do you mean your wife stayed at the bar?
Yeah.
My name is not such a great.
Oh! To those of you that are staying at Chateau Rhino, do you want to get roofied? Because you can go across the street to Whiskey Nick's, and you guys can get roofied like I did.
Oh, are you saying Wednesday night we can take Nick and get nicked?
You're gonna get rhinoed.
Oh no, I'm not going to do
That
anything.
sounds beautiful, man.
It's a biker bar, and my first weekend in this house, we went over there just to get a pint because we just finished renovations, and I'm like, I need a pint. We went over there. Some guy that just got out of prison bought me a shot and roofied it, and I passed out before I got home. My wife and my friend had to carry me into my house.
If I recall correctly from last year, when you were given instructions on how to exactly walk down to the 7-Eleven that was on the other side of the street from them, I believe you said stay on this side of the street.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm not really interested in going anywhere on that side of the street, let alone inside the bar or anywhere around it.
Didn't you say you shot yourself at the door?
No, I didn't shit myself in there.
Well, you knocked your head or something.
Oh no, that's when I shit myself in St. Catharines. That's different. That's when I was sitting at my computer playing Bookworm, and I got the emergency shit pains, the ones that just sneak up on you, and you're like, oh my god, I can't shit myself. And I was sitting there clenched, and I'm like, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, and my fists are shaking, and it subsided for a second, so I stood up, and I ran down my hall, and I was one step outside of my washroom, and I stepped on a dog bone, rolled my ankle, slammed my head into the wall, and woke up in my own shit.
It's like the worst Neil Diamond song I've ever heard. It's like, one night, I shit myself in St. Catharines, and this is how it goes.
Congratulations, everyone. Quarter 11. The first shit story of the night. We have officially
7-Eleven, I guess. Taquitos were involved? Or?
Nick had a bad experience with taquitos.
He says it was the taquitos. I think he just got too drunk.
Oh, I love taquitos.
I don't know, man. I don't know. We went 7-Eleven. He's like, man, taquitos. I'm like, no.
Oh no, I know he bought the taquitos, but he was
stand down, Private
drunk
Nick.
out of his mind that night. And actually, this year, I don't know if Guy and all them want to come and help, but this year we're going to bring all this stuff to the festival the night before. So
Bring what?
My garage is full, man.
Of what?
Everything for the festival. I have like 200 cases of water in there. I have 1,500 cups. I have 5 tables. I have chairs.
All I have is a golf, though. It's like
we're going to. I rented a U-Haul to bring all the stuff there. I'm just
okay.
If anyone wants to come with me to unload once we get there.
You just gotta get drunk to do it before you do it. That's all.
Yeah, it's a good 3-beer job for that.
Yes, I was listening to this last night, man.
Did your ticket sales pick up for the festival?
No, they're not going to pick up. They won't pick up until the day of. Going into the festival last year, we had 150 tickets sold ahead of time. We sold 450 at the door. This year we have about 300-ish out, so we're a lot higher than we were last year, but you're not going to see them jump until at the door. Niagara Falls doesn't buy anything ahead of time.
Let's put it this way: if you were to, so you're saying is you're at triple the amount right now?
Yeah, because
of what we sold prior. Yeah.
Prior. If you actually get triple the amount through the door, is that like feasible?
It's feasible, yeah. We have 1,500. We can hold 1,500. That's the amount of cups I have. I'm hoping to get 1,000.
Because every time I go to fucking Bowls Festival, I buy the tickets the day before, even online.
So you're part of the problem, Guy.
Well, solution if we sell more fucking tickets.
You goddamn bastard. Terrible.
Everything's illegal. You Mongolian baby-faced bastard.
You're part of a failing beer culture that ruins it for everybody else.
Well, I'm not famous for being in a Mongolian rap band. I know you're secret.
What is the incentive to buy in advance?
What do you say, Marvin?
What is the incentive to buy it in advance?
Shut Marvin in the face.
Invented man.
What is the incentive to buy it in advance?
You get a free glass.
You're going to the
purpose.
Sexy glass. I did the logo for it myself. I did the logo.
I was currently peeing in the sink when he was talking. What did he say?
What's the incentive? Buying early.
What's the incentive of buying early? You know you're getting in, and you get to pay less for your ticket price in.
No. That's from a person that has never heard of it. I hear about it through the grapevine, and say, hey, this festival was great last year. You should come this year. What is my incentive to say, hey, tell my friend, hey, go online and buy it because you may not get it? Is it there? What's the incentive?
It's got a discount code now.
Well, you have your incentives just there. If you buy at the door, you're paying extra. You're not paying the normal ticket price. And if you don't buy ahead of time, you might not get in. If we had 2 more people show up, they were getting turned away last year because we had hit our maximum.
Yep. And also, if you don't buy early, we find out where you live and we beat the fuck out of you. The smug baby might.
Do you, Chad? Do you feel like you're getting any kind of I don't know what the word is, less traffic or some kind of blowback from? There's something going on in Toronto at the same time, right?
No, it's going on here in the Falls.
Okay. Do you feel like that's gonna like cut into your shit, or you're just not sure yet?
I don't think it'll cut that much into it. The festival that's going on here is $60 to get into, and it's a food and wine festival. So, I mean, yeah, it might do a little bit because people want to go and try the food and the wine and all that, but if you're going to a food and wine festival, you're probably not going to a beer festival anyway.
Okay. I thought it was beer too, but I mean,
They're serving beer for the first time ever. They have like four breweries there.
But it's Flying Monkeys in fucking Nickelbrook are there, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like it's almost like they're doing like a generic come and drink and eat thing, as opposed to be like, hey, come for beer and beer.
Yeah, and their festival is Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Mine is just the Saturday. So I mean, you'll
be fine. You'll be fine.
Yeah, if anything, your festival is sort of the cheap alternative, where anyone at that festival wants to take a break and go and look at a real festival with real breweries.
Chad is literally the Trailer Park Boys no dicks party allowed bologna sandwich party.
Not those fake breweries like Flying Monkeys in Nickelbrook.
No dicks allowed.
Fuck Nickelbrook.
I like Nickelbrook.
Yeah, so what? They turned their backs on you this year, so fuck them.
You guys watch Trailer Park Boys?
Oh yeah.
Never heard of it. Never heard of it.
Awesome.
You're not a part of their Sworn website, I think, because I just sent them beer like last week.
I've watched season 9 3 times.
Ditto. That shit's awesome, bud.
So Julian touched Lee's box.
Did that just like get on Netflix or something? Because like I hear people that I hang out with fucking talk about that constantly and like nonstop. I just want to fucking choke them to death.
It's now a Netflix exclusive series.
It must be, because like I just want to.
No, it's not. They must be. They are on Netflix. I'm telling you, Trailer Park Boys is.
I don't have Netflix. Exclusive. What is Netflix? I don't even know what that is.
Jesus Christ!
Fuck's sakes! One is the actor.
Netflix is 3 years old, dude.
Okay, so one is the actors.
It's old enough for Matt to drink. Boom!
That's 20 years in the internet years.
Yeah, so in 2 years, Ethan's going to come back with a story. Have you heard of this thing called Netflix, guys?
Exactly.
Listen, Ethan is not up to date on anything. Just to be clear, anything.
So,
man, you're really going to be shocked when you find out GeoCities isn't a thing anymore.
Hey, ask Jeeves about that shit.
Yeah, listen, Angel Fire is where it's at.
Fucking AOL.
For you noobs, I sent Trailer Park Boys a beer mail. They held Lee's fucking box in their hands and fucking Pablo such one away beers in his hands.
Okay, you've told us that 7 times in the last 3 minutes.
I don't give a shit. It's fucking Julian Bubbles and fucking.
Yeah, you know what? To be fair, I'd say it 7 times in the last 3 minutes too. If they open my beer mail.
Your package, touch your package all the way through.
Oh yeah, Julian.
But you didn't send him rum or rye, so he doesn't give a shit.
I can send him
Julian, you're sexy.
It's a little drinky poo. It's sippy poo.
It's a little drinky poo, Julian. you sitting there, your Cwazy hair, you're sexy, Julian.
Me and Lee got touched by famous people. How about you guys?
That's right.
You gotta wear them kahiki pants, but
kahiki pants, yeah.
I don't care. What's that fucking thing?
Sounds good though.
Drowned him. You drowned him.
How did 5 bands go? What the fuck are you doing, Berserker?
Yeah, bring the horns in, baby.
Berserker does not know how the interwebs works.
Wait, what kind of
horns? You click that small X button on each individual.
Hey, okay.
No.
Yeah, basic internet thing is if you're hearing a bunch of shit, just exit it until it goes away.
I'd imagine you got these up in tabs. Maybe if you don't have them up in tabs, you probably should get them up in tabs. And then
it's called the ex-girlfriend technique.
Oh, you mean Alt F4?
Yeah.
It looks like he's drunk off his ass, so I don't think he understands or hears any what we're saying right now. He's just like, huh?
No, I don't understand French, but...
What's French key?
Okay, to the two viewers we have, we're going offline and we're going to do some more racist and sexist and albinoist comments.